lands.
We're back. Hey, hey, hey. We're still at it.
Oh, could you be the scions of Styxia?
Little later than I've been doing it, but man, I don't know. Like I keep saying I've been getting my walk while we're playing, while I'm in here, but I need to like an actual walk
Did you hear
in the
about
sunlight
the great
for once,
work
you
that
know?
I'm doing here, and have thus arrived to give me the last material that I need for transmutation?
Great work?
Have you heard of the great name of Pollux, perchance? You have? Then that's good. During the age of myth, a time likely before your birth, I was the unsurpassed zenith of alchemy that none could reach. On the shoals of the River of Souls, I shall make Pollux soar again and bring death back to the world.
But didn't that dragon already bring death to the world?
Oh, looks like you don't know the whole picture.
No,
Well, it's
no, I
true
don't.
that the missing girl can grant death to mortals. Pollux, the one who delivered her onto this world, makes it so that humankind cannot die.
So, it's just as I feared. This is my guess. The deceased are supposed to drift down the River of Souls until they reach the end of the West Winds. But this River of Souls was blocked by Pollux's fall.
That's right. That's why it's imperative that I bring the dragon back to the mortal realm and make it soar the skies again. I have long since prepared my alchemical matrix in the tower. Although, I am still missing the most crucial material of all. That final ingredient, the final sacrifice, is none other than the girl who lives out her days with death.
Huh? What's going on? You didn't touch him, did you?
I know that I am no longer capable of carrying out that task. Take this, all of you, and please fulfill that great undertaking on my behalf.
This...
We had been inebriated in Falusa's feast for too long before we began to seek divine bestowed death, so that we could be freed from the whims of fate.
Hey, Shy Knight.
However, that brought doom
I'm here.
upon us.
I was quiet for a minute. I was in the other room at my computer sharing out the links, but I am here.
We encountered a monster that cut off the River of Souls.
We are back at it.
That detestable dragon Pollux denied all the dead from
At the pace we're going, I imagine we'll catch up, I don't know, maybe sometime next week.
To rest in peace. These departed spirits engulfed
Most days I don't
Styxia
get like to do
with
an
roaring
8-hour
tide.
stream like I did
As a result,
on Friday.
my
So
city and its people
we'll eventually get there.
no longer exist. That child is the only person whom I managed to
Evernight's getting strong though, so that's fun.
born within the evil dragon's abdomen.
I almost have her traces
She
maxed
has
out, so
possessed the talent of death since her birth.
you know we're getting
She
what,
must have been granted to
an
us
average
by
of like
gods
400,000
as a chance
on the
for
big
us
ult,
to atone for our sins.
and we can still get a little bit higher, especially once
Please,
I'm done with her and can start
you
giving
must
the same
nurture
trace
her to
material
adulthood
over to
and
Remembrance
prevent
Trailblazer.
her from experiencing all
I think
of
we'll be
the
fine.
suffering that we went through.
It's been taking a
I
long time.
promise that
I
will
should have
care
pre-farmed
for
for her because I knew we
as
were getting her,
mother,
and I just
that
didn't
I
think
will
about it.
protect her
I did not think about it
from
at all.
the evils of death.
My Fagusa above, thank you for your kindness.
Yeah, we're at 3.2.
As her mother,
I did, like, every time I
Please, this
forget
child
where I
will
am, I also forget that there's a
before
Fate
I
Atlas
am
now,
swept
or at least has
away
been
by the
for,
river
what,
of
a year?
souls. Please,
It's not like the oldest thing in the game, but it's not the newest either. And I'll go back and I'll look at, like, where we are in the Fate Atlas. I'm so glad they added that, because I do that in Genshin all the time. Especially,
Transient raven butterfly.
was it like 2 years ago? I was catching up in Genshin because I was so far behind. I was like, okay, where am I in the story now? And I'd go pull up the quest log and see where I am in the Archon quest. So, you know, bless them for making this Fate Atlas.
That's where my name comes
Should have been in
from.
the game at the start, though. Like, let's be real. When you're in a
The sound's back.
company like this and your other people are doing things, just steal from them. It shouldn't. They do that now a lot more often, but it took a while
Living ones,
for
don't waste your time bickering.
Star Rail to
Realm's
steal
wrath is
later
falling
things from
upon you.
Genshin. They're like, oh no, we'll just do what like they were doing at the beginning of the game.
Black
It's like,
Tide
no, steal the stuff
creations.
they're doing now,
When did they...
and vice versa.
Mister, please fight them with caution.
Be careful not to suffer the same fate as those black tide creatures.
You know, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Hide behind me.
Oh, shoot, we're on auto still.
Good night.
There we go.
I'm on it. We can do it.
I'm never pulling for Castris, but for people that actually want her, like, that makes sense. You've got all the pieces you need. Though, I mean, Evernight would also be really good for her.
Again.
I don't know if she'd be better for her than Cyrene would be, though. So, like, I also understand waiting for that, because, like, Cyrene's going to make every Amphorius character much better.
How are we holding up?
So, like, I get, like, wanting to slot her in for that last one. Yes, I know. I actually
So maybe
saw the pilot of Homestuck
I'll be there.
Fizz
Umbrella in
before
hand.
our show yesterday. But we were talking about so many things, and I know Marsupial didn't see it, that we didn't get around to talking about it. If we ran out of other things to talk about, I would have talked about the Homestuck pilot.
Have some fun.
It wasn't very good. Though I did like Toby Fox's acting in it. And despite it not being very good, it was still better than the beginning of the Homestuck comic, so there's that.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the skies.
Breaks over.
The bar's really low for that, though, so that's not much of a compliment.
I've heard the call.
Yeah, dude, it's just super crazy that Genshin still doesn't have a resin overflow system. I am so mad about that every time I see it.
Treat our guests nicely.
Like, the best thing you can do is make your little condensed resin,
Rise and shine.
but you can only hold so many of that, so... Fizz, nobody cares how fucking old you were when something came out. Okay?
Don't worry. Just close your eyes.
I did not watch the video on the Johnny Bravo pilot pitch.
Night falls. Good night.
To be honest, by the time the stream was over, I completely forgot about it, because Mondays and Thursdays are very busy days.
Have some sunshine. Next time.
For the feast of strife, upon their triumphant return.
Oh, well, thank you, Mighty, I guess, for just nuking that dude for 2 million damage. I don't think it was necessary, but you do you.
Lord Mighty? Lord Mighty.
Yeah, Mondays and Thursdays we have a talk
We've been through
show
some tough battles
on
once
this
again.
channel, like later in the evening. So I had to get off at a certain time to be able to start getting ready for the talk show. But I still streamed earlier anyway, because
Temporary.
we really need to get through the story.
I will find finally
When was Homestuck a
have
thing? Oh, I don't even remember. It was like
back to the world of the living
2008
and continue my protection.
or 9, maybe. I'm trying to think.
Lord Mighty,
I don't know. It was either late
Have
aughts
you
or early
responded
10s
to
when it
it?
started. I don't
why
remember.
does death reject you?
I really don't. You'd have to go look that up.
I'm the one resisting it. I must resist.
At least that's when I remember hearing about it. It might actually be older than when I finally heard about it,
Flow.
but it was at least running during that time.
I'll go against the current and kill my way out of this cursed nether realm. That is my destiny.
Seems like
Let's
he's
go.
completely focused on resisting the temptation of the dead's whisper.
Mighty swimming up the river of the dead.
He's
Back to
working hard
reality.
every minute to deny death. It seems
Mighty's a cool character.
his battlefield is not
He's,
limited to the
he's one of
world
those characters I
living.
wish I pulled for, but I don't because I remember I was saving
Are you
for
willing
something
to
else
travel with
that I
us?
wanted more.
We're headed for the Matrix.
But also, I didn't have
power
any support
to summon Thanatos
for
from
like
the
an HP
prolonged
scaler
concealment.
at all at that time, and I thought I was going to need. When the housing market crashed, so 2008. He said it was 2009. It's about the same time anyway. Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember it being around the housing market crash. That's why I was guessing
That's
like 8 or
right.
9.
If we can work together and defeat them,
But yeah, okay, that makes sense.
you won't have to be troubled by the
I
cursed
also
mortality
associate it with the
any
housing
longer.
market crash. But yeah, like, the worst part is I knew Hyacinth was coming, and we were thinking, okay, HP scaler, Hyacinth's going to be good for Mighty. No, actually,
The person who has brushed against death
They have, like,
times.
what's it,
Guide your way.
negative synergy with each other anyway. So it's like, maybe I should have just pulled for Mighty. Maybe I was like
Want to do this?
holding off for no
The
reason.
alchemist said he wanted you to be a sacrifice.
This is on my main account
not
I'm
afraid.
talking about. We have
There's
Hyacinth on
no
this one.
reason for us to turn back anymore. Rather than standing still, taking action.
You're better off
is
not
by
knowing what
far the
Homestuck
better
is about.
option.
It's not very good.
Perhaps fate might take
But the
pity
basic
on us
premise
today
is
and show some
they're
compassion.
basically like these 4 friends who are kind of like trapped in their homes playing a video game because the world ended and they have to like remake the world. That's a really bad summary of what it's about, but that's basically what it's about. Caster's Mighty and Hyacinth with their light cone, you think is a good team? Probably only because of the Caster's part, right? I think if you're just Hyacinth with her light cone, they have about negative synergy. Oh, that'd be a quick chest to get. I do need to get the quick chests. Yeah, they kind of have negative synergy. But I think if you add in Caster's to that, that's probably good, just because she eats through your health a lot faster than Ika keeps you alive.
I choose you.
No.
The future is bright, so make it wait.
Next time it
Maybe
rains,
this.
I'll be
Dispel the
there,
gloom,
umbrella in
restore
hand.
the skies.
I'll overcome the thorns.
Oh, this is so bad.
Serenity is before me.
Talk about having no speed tuning for a team. Which is fine if you're not in MOC or whatever, because we just want to nuke these guys anyway, but
Your time to
like,
shine.
you get your action advance while you're already action advance. It's wasting so much action value.
Rise and shine.
Yeah, see, that's not bad.
Guide with the rainbow
Don't
bridge.
worry. Night falls. Good night.
Don't have all my buffs, but it's not that
Not
bad.
a bad memory.
Guess we'll pick this up. Listen, if we ran out of things to talk about and we were getting to the point that I was going to talk about Homestuck on Super Serial Showtime, I would have sooner talked about Space King 3, which is a much better episode of an indie cartoon that came out around the same time. Let's see. You really want Cyrene for your Fionon team, so you don't care about speed tuning? That is fair. Fionon might be like the one person where you don't care about speed tuning at all, almost. Because you're fine running him slow, right? Like you could. I run him slow, just to get him more damage. Like give him attack boots instead, and just give him like 2 action advancers. Have those 2 basically as fast as you can get them, as long as they're not the exact same speed, and then you're good. You're just good. You get him to go at the beginning of the game, get all of his stacks right away, and then you start rolling him in his ult as soon as possible. And then if you have Cyrene, when she comes out, then he just gets to stay in his ult the entire time, basically, until he eats his own health all the way down to 0. Which is good that they did give him something as it is right now, because as cool as it sounds for him to never leave his empowered state, you don't get the big boom if there's not some way out. But that's probably going to be a pretty nasty team. I've got both Fionon and now I have Evernight, right? I've got a lot of Emphoria's characters. So I think we probably need Cyrene because we can slot her into so many different teams.
Might be more my thing.
We also have Saridra for the Fionon team. Our Fionon team's not that good other than having Saridra. I mean, like, I guess I put Sunday on him. Sure, we can do that.
I'm familiar with this kind of mechanism.
My Fionon's also weak. His build sucks. I need a better build. He doesn't do any damage.
Broken chains.
If I was more powerful,
Not
I'd be
enough
able to
damage,
carry one
you know,
person
to
with
be
each
like a true
limb
hyper carry and have
fly
nobody
the
else
4 of us to
contributing
the
to
other
damage.
side. The rune of recollection is here.
It just sucks because
and I
he's so
can't find a
greedy.
miracle orb anywhere.
He wants all
So
the stats.
weird.
He feels like playing Sela back in the
Could
day.
it be in that collapsed tower in the distance? That sounds so weird. Forget it. Just leave it to me.
It's like, what was I thinking of? Like, I remember on my main account, I pulled Sela at the very beginning of the game, and then I realized that she wanted all the stats, right? She wanted crit rate, crit damage, she wanted attack percent, if you had an action advance, which I did. I've had Bronya since, like, the same day that I had Sela. You could run her with, like, flat attack in there just to boost up her attack even more. Or you want speed, right? So, like, no matter what, you're covering needing all 4 stats to build a really good character there. At least Fionon doesn't want speed at all, but he wants everything, or else he does no damage.
Aren't I a good fit for Orynyx's priest?
I think this is the thing I always hated about
Of
hyper
course.
carry. I hate how
You're the most
freaking
confident
greedy hyper
priest
carry
ever.
characters are.
The alchemical matrix should be behind this door. Is that...
Trianne? Trianne? We just said goodbye!
Wow, there are so many of you! It's little Cass and little Gray. Oh, there's also little...
This one kind of reminds me of, specifically Disney's Hercules, which they do kind of pull some of this information from Greek mythology, but it's not exactly. It's leaning more into pop culture versions. But all the ghosts that we see here that are just supposed to be normal people, normal humans,
First time I've
are kind of like just blue shades, but people who are like
in the river of souls.
demigods, because at this point Mighty would already be a demigod, they have gold souls.
Just like the other departed spirits we've encountered along the way. I'm also unable to sense the aura of the living on Lady Trian.
Yup, you're right. Trian already knows that she'll not be able to return to everyone's side. But
Yes, Disney's Hercules is nothing like Greek mythology. It's more like a Superman story than anything. But it does have, I would say nothing. There are aspects of Greek mythology in it. It's just like, none of the characters act like they were in the myths. That's the real thing. Even the fact that they use the word Hercules instead of Heracles, you know, is already kind of weird because everybody else has their Greek name instead of their Roman. But it's closer to a Superman story than it is an actual Heracles story. I like the movie. It's a great movie. It's done Hades, as they say it in that movie, dirty for years.
Please, accept this.
Love James Woods' performance of it. It's probably one of the best things he's ever done. He even loves the character. He'll basically do it for free almost anytime they need somebody to still voice the character. But,
the gift for me that you didn't manage
did it dirty. Because, like, in the actual Heracles myth, Hera was the bad guy. You're like, oh no, we can't have Hera be the bad guy. God of the Underworld, he's basically Satan, right? Like, no, not at all. Well, we're gonna treat him like he's basically Satan.
Trian spent a lot of time drawing this. Trian hopes that little Cass likes it.
Seriously?
You know, like, why was Herc the son of Hera? I don't know. Like,
Wonderful drawing.
even in the Roman version, he's not really like the son of Hera either, so it's not like they're mix and matching. There are some things that they're mix and matching from the Roman version to match Hercules more in it, but it's like the whole point of Heracles was that he was a bastard son of Zeus with a human, a fisherman's wife. And Hera, and he, not just the fact that she already hates Zeus's bastard children, but this one, he snuck in to suck from her teat so he could have super strength.
That's
right? Which is like an extra line that was crossed. And it's like, I hate you. I'm going to make your life miserable.
So many things I would never have dared to dream of since I embarked on the flame chase journey. It's the first time I've gained so many companions. The first time I picked up the hobbies of crafting.
Yeah, no, the reason they changed that, like I said, Disney's Hercules is not Heracles and he's not Hercules. He's neither of them. He's literally Kal-El. Right? He is an alien from a foreign land that was cast down in an emergency. He was kidnapped in this case, but he was cast down to Earth, adopted by farmers, didn't really fit in anywhere. The only difference is that Herc doesn't have a secret identity, because apparently that wasn't needed in ancient Greece in a time where the gods are literally real. Right? But aside from that, it's just Superman. That's all he is. It's ancient Greek Superman. Hey, Julian. And Shy Knight, you didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything at all. The whole reason we got into that Hercules conversation was just because I noticed that the demigods' spirits were gold. And like, oh, this reminds me of Disney's Hercules specifically. But that does have some basis in the myths, that if you were in the underworld too and you saw like a god down there, you actually would be able to tell the difference between them and a human. But also because God's spirits don't naturally end up in the underworld. They separate. There are some myths, though some of these you might consider fan fictions. It's really hard to tell with how old the story is, whether it was something people believed or if it was just a fiction that was written at the time, because both things existed. Where because when Heracles was burning alive at the end of his life, and his father helped let him like ascend to godhood, that his mortal parts were burnt off from his godly spirit, and then his mortal part would have went to the underworld, and they actually treated that some people run into like Heracles' mortal spirit in the underworld.
What? Are we seriously going
The
to
movie
leave
or the TV show? Yes. Mostly the movie at the start, but
There won't be any
yes.
regrets. This vivid drawing surpasses any photograph from the world of the living.
Little
A lot of people don't know, but it makes sense, actually, if you think about it, that even back in antiquity, people were writing effectively fan fiction of like their favorite like gods and myths and characters that they would have treated as historical characters, but they're still like big fans of them. So it's like, I'm gonna write a story about these guys.
Thank you for bringing me the final key.
key.
Like, this has just been going on forever. It's just like a part of human experience.
I have a feeling that soon, this gift of yours will become the key to saving Mister's life.
And the hard part is, the older something gets in any society, the harder it is to distinguish between something that was specifically written as, or like retold as a belief, or something that was written for entertainment. Right? Like the Book of Job is probably entertainment. It's written in play format. It was probably a moral lesson, and the language and writing in it is older than literally anything else in the Bible.
This place. We have indeed reached the end of the stream of souls.
It's weird how many Disney movies got a TV show, and some movies that came out later were based off of a TV show. Oh yeah, do like Aladdin. I loved the Aladdin TV show. It's weird. Almost all of the TV shows of that time were weird. Hercules wasn't an exception. Like, why do we need a show about Hercules as a teenager?
I've broken free from the chains of death countless times.
Who's still doing things.
Will be no different.
I guess he wasn't quite in Athens yet, but it was almost like he was. It was like a suburb of Athens. It was like Hercules in school, but like this doesn't really work with the continuity at all. It's just a way for us like to squeeze other Greek myths into the story, because we didn't want to come up with original stories.
No matter.
And for some reason, Herc is going to be the one participating in all of these, right? Like one of his best friends was Icarus, who was still alive for some reason. Very weird show.
I will continue to fight till I die.
It's like, yeah, we didn't stomp on the Hellenistic myths enough. Let's spend an entire show stomping on them. At least Aladdin, it's like, okay, already their version like of Arabia is like an almost mythologically fictional place. It doesn't map onto any Arabian area specifically, so you can kind of play around with what you want in that area. And they have a genie, so anything could happen anyway. But even that was like a really weird show, especially like an episode where Jasmine slowly turned into like a snake.
Maybe reincarnated as strife and death.
These were all part of the Disney Afternoon block. I watched most of these things when they were new.
I see.
Yes, in the original story, Aladdin was Chinese. Technically, he was Kashmir. If we want to be specific, he was Kashmir, but he was in the region of Kashmir that is currently in China.
Do you have...
You would not have called that region Chinese back then.
Of our fate?
I haven't found it yet. Perhaps I never will.
Then, see Cease wasting your thoughts on futile matters. Control what little you can. And when fate's inescapable grasp comes, resist it with the strength of your mighty will.
I liked Aladdin and like The King of Thieves as a movie.
Thank you.
But I don't know if that's just part of the
I will find the right decision.
the fact that the second movie, Return of Jafar, wasn't very good. So being given anything that went over that bar seemed great.
Strife. May you meet a fitting end.
The fact that like Robin Williams came back was also probably made it seem great. I don't think anything after the original Aladdin movie was necessary though. Like Disney went too wild with their spin-offs and sequels during the mid to late 90s all the way to like the kind of like late aughts, I think. You liked Lion King 2? I didn't. Lion King 2 was completely unnecessary
Our sweet princess homebody has made up her
from like a narrative standpoint. I think I only like things that are unnecessary
no longer need to deliver your message.
but fulfill their own point in that way. I like Lion King 1.5. You want to talk about, it's the most unnecessary thing ever, but it's a parody of the Lion King that fits perfectly in the timeline. I think that one is fine.
By the promise you once made,
I like Lion King 1.5. I don't really care for 2 so much.
Casterus, please.
I'm talking about the Disney movie sequels. I'll tell you, the 2 properties that went on way too long.
According to that
The Little Mermaid 2 is alright because it reverses the story.
However,
It's a subversion that respects the original. We didn't need 2 more Little Mermaid movies after that. Completely unnecessary.
I saw the twins of death in
And
Catherine's memory,
every
and now I am certain that I
sequel
was
The
one of
Beauty
them.
and the Beast got was basically just a retelling of the first movie in some other way. None of those needed to be made. There's like 3 or 4, I think. I don't remember exactly. One of them is just like, oh, what if it was The Beauty and the Beast, but at Christmas time?
My sister, whom I never met, became the Titan Thanatos
I was like, why?
of this
Why is
cycle.
this? Why did you make this movie at all?
She was consumed with regret over my death, so she used the Titan's authority to reforge my soul. Yet, it also means she has never revealed herself to anyone.
Probably the best
hidden
sequel,
away from the entire world.
though it requires knowledge
That's
of a
because
TV
the
show
Titan
to
she
enjoy.
became already fell at the start of everything.
The follow-ups to Lilo and
They
Stitch.
died for me. and
I
now
think they
I am
actually did them
slumber
right
in
with
the
that.
river of souls.
You mean Pollux?
That's right.
Let me think. It's been a long time since I saw the
This is
sequel.
no material
Was
reference.
102 Dalmatians
Cannot be
good?
blocked by ordinary means.
I'm trying to
Only a
remember.
divine corpse can prevent the dead from reaching the next world. And that's why
I don't know if I can weigh on it. It's been so long since I saw the sequel to 101 Dalmatians.
before we can retrieve the core flame of death, we have to reforge its body with the power of alchemy.
101 Dalmatians is a really good movie. Animation masterpiece for its time. Especially with how they allowed it to be dirty. If you look on it, you can just see that a lot of the lines are just the pencils. And they like painted right over them. And they let it be fluid. Absolutely love
Before we
that
talk
movie.
about that, have you heard the
But
sounds?
102, I cannot remember 102 Dalmatians at all. Oh yeah. It made absolute sense. I think the Lilo and Stitch
So what are those?
series is probably the one that they've done the best for doing like spin-offs and sequels
Probably
of.
the sign of Pollux's wish being fulfilled.
I'm really glad that they never
How heavy
made
the price they'd need to pay
a sequel to
when they
Hercules,
used
but
their divine
we do
authority
still
to
have the
resurrect
spin-off
the
show,
dead
so
woman.
that kind of sinks it a little bit.
That's why they exerted every ounce of their
Atlantis
strength to
follow-up
save
was
Styxia,
weird.
a city that called for death. A land where
Don't even know
was
why they
hostile
did
to
that.
death. They never saw
Because
their
that was
wish
just like a
fulfilled
vignette. I think
and
that
felt so
the follow-up to
prematurely,
Atlantis was just a bunch of
all
vignettes,
because they
right?
wanted to give me a new life. Pollux must really want to know how their sister has been after giving their all to save her. That wish is the reason Pollux's soul
What are some of the
still
other
lingers
ones?
in the mortal realm, even after their fall.
Hunchback of Notre Dame 2?
And documenting every
Absolutely
detail of their
unnecessary.
sister's life.
Get it out of here. I like the girl. I think she's a good character. But the movie's unnecessary. Should have never been made.
We were instead showing things to a strand of yearning that lingers here. Now, we must weave these yearnings together and restore them into Pollux's complete soul.
Return to Neverland? Get it out of here. Only follow-up Peter Pan needed was Hook.
And it turns out totally different.
That's fine.
Yeah, a bunch of short stories. That's what I mean by vignettes. Vignettes are like little isolated short stories
The true outcome can only be known
that
once
aren't,
the process
they're not
is complete.
inherently connected to each other
This is why alchemy is also
necessarily.
known
They can have
as the
connections, but
miracle of
usually
creation.
they're loose, or maybe there's like one thing in a vignette that will connect to the other, but the plot itself isn't connected.
With only one final piece remaining. I shall reveal what they have been yearning to know in the
Peter
alchemical
Pan,
matrix.
in some ways, was
Show
probably
them
the
my
worst
whole life since I left
series that
Styxia.
they decided to just like destroy.
Lady Trienne has
And it's not
already
even
drawn
because of
a
Peter
picture
Pan.
my
It's
entire
actually
life,
because Tinkerbell became way more
and it is
popular than
now
Peter Pan.
in my hands.
And while they kind of treat it like its own little spin-off world, you have to consider that every single thing that takes place in all of the countless Tinkerbell movies is technically taking place in Neverland with Peter Pan around.
Then, let the ritual begin. And now, the
And those
objective is
Tinkerbell
complete.
stuff, they're massively
That is all.
popular. They're like Disney's Barbie.
Such is what Professor Naxa always says after preparing for an alchemical ritual. And now, Pollux, I shall lift you from the river of souls and reforge your soul. Perhaps you will be disturbed by this, and your body may become horrifying to behold. But if even the slightest trace of your soul remains, the soul that once ferried me to this side of the shore, then please, look at me. I wish to thank you in person. I have obtained everything you sacrificed your divinity for.
Yeah, that, I'm telling you, like, I liked the girl that he had a thing for as a character. If you took her out of that movie, I think she would have been fine in something else. I mean, but she's basically
She is just another slave
Maria
trapped here.
from The Sound of Music, so it's not like they wrote an original character for her.
The only difference is that I was there
But the
when she
movie
died.
itself is awful. It should not exist.
Please, go on. I'm listening. Are you about to tell the story of Styxia?
There's some other ones that are just like, didn't need to follow up to Pocahontas where she goes to England. Awful. Toss it. Memory hole it.
Never mind.
Pocahontas is already a weird fiction as it is, but it's an enjoyable movie. Don't need a sequel.
There's no need to worry, Elder. Take a look around you. You're already at the resting place of the dead.
The world.
I'll give some slack. The sequel to Cinderella is not a very good movie, but the message of forgiving the people who wronged you is a pretty good one, so it gets a pass, and it's got some funny bits in it. That's going to be like in the very middle of like not good but passable you can exist. The Mulan follow-up, ooh. See, I've got very mixed opinions about that one. That one's got some very good scenes in it, but as a movie, it's not very good.
In that case.
Because it doesn't really have a point. That's the issue, right? That's the issue with all these things. They made them without actually having a good reason to make them, just to try to cash in on the property that they made. But it's got some really good scenes.
And ravaged by death in the
I'll probably still throw that in the get it out of here, doesn't deserve to exist category.
to shift their faith towards death, even before Idonia did. From where you stand now,
Which sequel, the second or third? I think it's the second sequel, or the second one specifically, where like she makes up with her stepsisters and everything for Cinderella. I think that's that's the second one. That one gets to stay, even though it's not a very good movie, just because the moral in it's really good.
I have pondered the same.
I don't remember the other one. That one could probably be tossed out for all I know.
There is no clear
I know I've seen it. I've seen like all of these sequels at one point in time. But some of them are just so forgettable, you know?
Because all things eventually fade to dust. That's how someone once explained to me.
And they still do that shit like today, you know?
But I still can't take that as the final answer.
There's Frozen 2,
What a world without
which was
journeys
somehow, I
and
think, more
epics
popular
be
than the
worse
first
off.
one. Unnecessary, probably. I have to admit, it's probably a better movie than the first one, though, because the first Frozen, as popular as it is a mess. They rewrote the movie, like, halfway through. And it wasn't even the first rewrite.
However, did find some.
I know Frozen 2 is in theaters. Some of these movies were in theaters, some of them were direct-to-video.
Would you like to hear my thoughts?
Depends how popular it was. Like how popular the original property is. A lot of the ones we were talking about were all like almost direct-to-video. I think there was a couple of them that were in theaters. The sequel to Wreck-It Ralph is probably one of the worst things I've ever seen Disney put their name on. Even compared to like all of those direct-to-video sequels. Like, I don't believe that time travel could let you change the past at all. If all you could ever do is cause the thing to happen, right? You would have always been there. That's how the universe works. But if you could, I would waste my one free pass to time travel to erase Wreck-It Ralph 2 from existence.
But a blessing from death.
Love.
No one ever invented the word cherish in the
Is it the third one where the prince forgets about Cinderella? Maybe. I don't remember. That sounds about right. Also sounds awful. So again, we can throw that one in the trash bin. Doesn't need to exist.
The so-called era Chrysia was an
It's crazy how Kingdom Hearts 3 looks better than Frozen or Tangled. I mean, that's not that crazy.
People did not truly live. They simply
I'm sure both of those movies probably looked better than Kingdom Hearts 3 early in its production, but that thing was in development hell for 10 years or so, so they had plenty of time to update the models and make it look better over time.
Perhaps the people of Styxia.
Tangled, great movie. Didn't they do like a TV show follow-up for Tangled? If they did, I've never seen it. I don't want to. I don't want to watch something that will ruin my enjoyment of Tangled. Tangled's probably one of the best movies they've made in the last couple decades. But I vaguely remember hearing about a Tangled show. I want to like not acknowledge that it exists though. It could be great for all I know. But with what Aladdin and Hercules and stuff their shows did, I just don't even want to acknowledge
That's right,
that there was a show. I just don't. We completely ignore it.
When parting ways. And also the original spark that ignited the passion of mortals. If you
I think the big problem too with all of these spin-offs and everything,
the world of death,
every time you make a show off of one of these movies, that is taking up your studio's time and budget when they could be making good original properties for series instead of like ruining a movie that was good retroactively by giving it a shitty spin-off. Right? Like every time they decide, hey, we're gonna make a spin-off series of Frozen, that's budget and time they could be spending on like a new Mickey Mouse show or something, or even just something that's never existed before, right? Like just something completely original.
Understood by mankind. We only learned to interpret this wonderful gift after Thanatos' arrival. If the world was the raft of death,
Right. We could get something that's like on the level of Tailspin if their studio was doing stuff like that, but they decide no, we're gonna have you do a spin-off of
would never have invited me to join the Flame
Zootopia. I don't know.
None of these stories would ever have happened. And I would never have lived, let alone found happiness. Thank you, Mother.
Oh, I did not like the Chippendale movie at all. Which Final Fantasy 15 was better told, mainly because it doesn't deserve 10-year development cycle. Okay, but we want to talk about the development hell about it. You can't consider the game we got 10 years of development, right? The version that we got only got 3 years of development. They basically had to restart from scratch with a new team and just some information 3 years before the game came out. So the reason it even looks so different and it's the way that it is because it had a normal development cycle. Hearing all the different forms that game took over the 10 years, from when it was first announced as Final Fantasy Versus 13, Nomura wanted it to be like a musical space opera at one point that was more romantic on like the level of Final Fantasy 4. And I'm like, okay, the romance stuff, making it like Final Fantasy 4, I like. 4's my favorite. Let's not include the musical numbers because that's kind of how you and your team are ruining Final Fantasy VII Remake right now, is by turning it into a Disney musical.
Let's try it this other way.
Oh, hey, Pollux. I did not even realize. I've not been paying attention to what's going on in the game at all. I've just been ranting. I didn't realize that we're already at the Pollux fight. Okay.
This mortal form.
Oh my god, this version of Pollux doesn't have ice weakness. That's only like the APOC version. Okay, we're just gonna have to like just brute force this. FF6 is best in your opinion? Well, we share the same opinion on that. 4's my favorite, but it's my favorite for like personal and nostalgic reasons. I will always say 6 is the best. Your favorite and the best do not have to be the same if you're trying to be objective about things. 4's just my favorite because I really like Cecil Harvey as a character, and it was the first one that I played growing up. Was it? I think it was either that or maybe I played Final Fantasy 1 first. We had both of them because my parents were gamers. Oh, that was a mistake. But it was one of the first ones I played. I played it long before I even played what was called Final Fantasy 3 here at the time, right? I need a summon first to get the damage boost. Then we do this.
Just close when night falls.
And 6 is much better than 4. I just have a personal, like, nostalgic attachment to it. I've played that game maybe 25 times. Like, all the way through.
Trust me.
But also, hello, Kefnet the Useless. Your name sounds like Kefka, so that Final Fantasy 6 comment is really poignant. Kefka's also the best villain out of any Final Fantasy game. They have not really come close since then. Though I do really like Cid's monologue in Final Fantasy 12. That might be the closest they've come. But Kefka's still the best.
Yes, it's me. I'm back.
How do you do a musical in a game unless it's a rhythm game? Well, basically out of nowhere it becomes a rhythm game. Like, it wasn't. The main mechanic is not rhythm, but suddenly there's rhythm game mechanics in it. Nomura's been doing that for quite a while. Kingdom Hearts even has that, specifically in 2, when you go to Atlantica. The whole Little Mermaid area is a rhythm game.
Serenity is before me.
Stop Stop messing around. Your time to shine.
But yeah, it just absolutely ruins the flow of everything. Turns it goofy. A very melancholy game becomes goofy out of nowhere.
Again.
The future is great.
Yeah, 9's really good too. 9 was Sakaguchi's love letter.
I'll be there, umbrella in hand.
Kefka is the evil clown. I don't know, maybe auto-corrected to Kafka because, you know, the famous author. Though I think Kefka was probably named after Kafka because there's a lot of Kafka-esque things that go on.
I'm not in a hurry anyway. I'm still here.
Kefka himself even goes through a metamorphosis.
Treat our guests nicely.
Well, I mean, it makes sense to a lot of Disney stuff because a lot of Disney games are musical. I don't really mind that happening in Kingdom Hearts, and
Don't worry.
as Shy Knight says, Atlantica is completely optional, you know?
Night falls.
It's just like a fun little side thing. In the Final Fantasy VII Remake series, though, the minigames are not optional at all. Similar to the original 7, where there's like at least 2 minigames you had to do throughout the whole game.
Oh, death.
I don't really like anything about the remake series. I think the remake series for 7 just completely shits on the original 7 in a disrespectful way.
I'm sorry I have to wake you up from ancient death. And I know you're anxious. Shh. Don't be afraid. Do you remember me? I'm the girl you once...
Can anyone mention the 2 companies that define animation in America? Well, honestly, I don't think there's a correct answer to that. I mean, Disney's gotta probably be one of them, for sure. But you're gonna get a lot of arguments from animation nerds what the other one is. And even some of them be like, yeah, but you know, even Disney scalped a lot of its animators over years and relied on other companies. But like, you can't really deny that Disney's one of those 2 companies.
This might not be what you wanted.
Let me think about what I personally think the other one would be.
But I have to do this.
Probably MGM Studios. Like, if we're going back in time, you could say like Harvey Toons. Harvey Toons did a lot of stuff to actually define how animation is done currently. But I think overall MGM's probably done more than anything else. You say Disney and Hanna-Barbera? I mean, I could kind of... Hanna-Barbera was floating in my head for the other one, but I think MGM historically has done more than Hanna-Barbera has.
I'll be going now.
Who made Looney Tunes again? Looney Tunes was mostly... God, what were they called before Warner Brothers erased the name of the studio? The one that originally did Merry Melodies. You could associate it with WB, because they're owned by Warner Brothers.
They may look scary.
Hanna-Barbera had a monopoly on television animation for like 20 years. Not really, though, because... At the same time that Hanna-Barbera they were trying to be kings, like having the Flintstones and stuff, Tom and Jerry was still killing them in their ratings.
What's wrong?
Like, MGM did so much stuff. Some of the stuff that was far more popular at the same time as Hanna-Barbera.
What's wrong with him?
Tom and Jerry, at one point in time, was not just the most scandalous, but the most popular cartoon on American TV. You cannot deny the influence that show has had, and it's not the only thing that they did.
Is there anything we can do?
Don't worry. I promised I would ask Thanatos for the Trailblazers' right to roam the Earth again. Mem, stay here and keep a close watch until I return. All right?
All right. I'm the best at taking care of others. Go on, Cass. Make sure not to leave yourself with any regrets.
It's a deal then.
If I were to say anything, though, I'd more look at who are the most influential animators rather than studios. And even two of the most influential animators mostly worked with MGM for years. And that was like Tex Avery and Chuck Jones. Now, they also worked with a bunch of different people. Right? But Walt Disney's obviously up there, too. Shoot, my favorite animator, a guy who influenced, like, tons of people after it, was Pat Sullivan.
After all that...
Pat Sullivan made my favorite cartoon character ever. And that's Felix the Cat.
So the legends were true. The Netherrealm really is a sea of flowers. Yes. Just like the flower fields we tended to back then.
Winsor McKay was also really influential. Both comics and animation.
Plixia. Do you remember me? I don't have the memories from that time, but I've seen you before during an experiment. I see. Call me Thanatos, then. It'll be easier. However...
God. You know the problem with this right here?
You must...
This felt like a really somber moment when I first saw this.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Rocky and Bullwinkle? I love Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Here.
I was actually just talking about the movie from 2000 last night because Keenan and Kel randomly made like a cameo appearance in it. Rocky and Bullwinkle was kind of doing like
my sister was a
that live action integration before most other cartoons were doing it. And they had a they weren't the first, obviously. You have like Who Framed Roger Rabbit all the way in the back. Space Jam was right around the same time. But they had like 3D animated models, and they were doing it before you have like Scooby-Doo and such. It's a very, very odd time.
What did you do?
But yeah, I was this scene right here is a very somber scene if you're playing everything in order. If you don't know what comes after this, right? All of this stuff loses all of its weight once you know what the later patches.
From the beginning. A long, long time ago.
And that's because all of this is just narrative.
Of like-minded twins. As foretold in the prophecy, they were chosen to be successors to the god of death. But fate was cruel. The price of attaining divinity was to take the life of our closest kin with our own hands. That trial was indeed recorded in that memory. Then you should already know that my sister voluntarily gave up her own life, so that I could...
Yeah, it's the same with Hyacinth at 3.3. Like, everything that happens prior to
for a future she'd never see herself.
Finon completing
That's not fair.
the cycle that we're in, and then we like learn the actual nature of Amphorius. You realize it's like none of this actually happened. I mean, this happened that we're seeing because we're experiencing, but none of the stuff that they're talking about before, like this current era crisis or whatever, actually happened. It's all narrative built into the system.
and back into the mortal realm.
And every reset, we're right back in the exact same era. There never was a real era before the current one.
To my futile actions.
It's all just data
Aging is an
built into the simulation. All of this heartache doesn't matter.
At the same time as
Which is good. Like, if you're experiencing this in order, like we did, a lot of us did, playing it through, I did on my main account, it's still good, right? It's a good experience to go through, because then the flip, the subversion and everything hits hard.
To await reincarnation. If they raise their right hand, the soul is rejected by the netherrealm.
How could you have had a serialized arc in a cartoon in the 60s?
Continue walking the earth.
I mean, you could.
That's
Easily.
why the hand of shadow can only lay
People just
down
didn't want to,
judgment
for the most part.
and not embrace another being.
Yes.
Listen, you could have done this the entire time.
Was originally a pair of hands, but they were split in
People
twain
were
to
mostly
reach
making
the
more
middle
sitcom-y stuff.
Never to touch each other.
More
ever.
vignettes and everything, so that you
The
could
half of
indefinitely
Thanatos that
serialize it.
represents life, the undying human who
And part of
grants
that even
death.
just came from the aspect that a lot of
That was the curse.
cartoons started out in the
Value.
theater. Right? It took a long time to make a single cartoon, just a
What
short.
about you?
You'd put it in the theater, it would run between other movies.
As the half of Thanatos representing death, I shoulder the fate of defying death. I died the moment I entered the world of the living.
And
From then on, I Titan also no longer existed in this world.
yeah, so it was in the
The
theater.
cycle
There
of
was
life
they were so
and
disconnected
death stopped.
that you wouldn't do a story arc
Souls
while
that
things were
deny
running
their
in the
own
theater,
lives with
right?
death.
If you go back to the oldest cartoons.
And the less
So
one
everything
could then an
really
ever-rising
just
spirit
needed
dead.
to be disconnected. Once you got on TV though, it was a
Irony.
choice, right?
My selfish desire to
It was a
save your
choice
life.
if you wanted to write things in the same way that like how comics could be serialized or how
Far worse
um,
than death instead.
pulps were serialized, which some
What
people
was
did.
left of my reason
In other countries,
was
people were
left
doing that the
behind
whole
in
time.
the
It was
netherrealm.
just a lot of stuff here in
Where
America
I've been taking care of these
was
flowers
built
day
on like
after
the
day,
sitcom model.
until there is now a sea of them. All while mulling over the subject of life, death, parting.
Oh man, that is a oof.
enduring
Coming back at the tail end of that banner.
loneliness.
Hey, you know what though? If you came in at the tail end of that banner, that means you still came in just in time for your anniversary awards, right? You didn't miss those. Because that would be a lot to miss.
Fate is absurd indeed. Our lives were a mirrored image of one another, like a pair of hands. Even so, we arrived at the same destination. We walked different paths, yet experienced the same pain.
I had hoped that maybe you would at least have a good life in this cycle. I'm sorry.
I
See,
lived my life well. It didn't
Still
hurt
need to
the
finish
least.
3.5 and
As far as I'm
3.6.
concerned,
Got on and pulled Evernight and have
Everything
only
else.
been getting her gear and traces farmed.
Even
I
though
feel ya.
I forced
Listen,
these
this
forces
account has been like that for a
granting
long
death
time.
to humanity
Because
upon you.
this is a stream-only account that was made specifically for the Vomitorium channel. Because I've talked about this game and a bunch of the other Hoyo games for a long time on our talk shows, and I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna start streaming them. But my computer, my personal computer has been going downhill. It's getting near the end of its life. So recently I started setting up the stream on the PlayStation so we could do this more often, and I have a lot of catch up. We didn't even start Amphorius before like a week ago. But I've still been doing like our dailies and everything, and I've still been pulling characters, so that's why we've got a lot. Our builds aren't that far behind. We're just really far behind on the story on this account.
The meaning of our existence.
This sea of flowers blooms.
Lost
on
a
that wind.
75-25 on her Lycon,
As we
unfortunately.
sowed with the
Oof.
seeds of our separation and watered it with our tears of loneliness. Yes. the
Oh, you got an
only
Axa out of the
death is allowed
rewards.
to create
Nice, nice.
a flower
Yeah, dude, an
that
Axa stock's
blooms in
keep
one
going up.
tears. That's why Thanatos cannot create.
A lot of people are saying that Anaxa's like the new Jing Yuan.
Hand of shadow to turn
Except,
the
unlike
person's
Jing Yuan,
remaining
where
days.
every buff he's gotten over time from new releases and stuff has
Because the life
mostly
and
been
death
cope,
of mortals
because everything else been
should
better.
never be
Anaxa, on the other
dictated by
side,
another's
every time somebody puts out something for another character, he gets
I'm
indirectly
saying
buffed.
There's no point.
And he's just like staying at the top of the meta.
No. No single
I feel
being
like
can
it's
bear
because of the way his
stories of
kit's
life
designed,
and
it's
death
probably
on
going to
their
stay
own.
like that for quite a long
Not even
time.
a god. Life and death weigh equally heavy. We both know that now.
Yeah, we have Evernight and her light cone on here. We were on guarantee for the light cone, so
Must have had
that
it
wasn't that
together.
crazy. What was crazy,
We've taken
if anybody has
quite
seen the short,
ridiculous journey
immediately
together.
afterwards you're like, you know what, let me go farm for some DDD.
I had a feeling.
I'm gonna go pull Herta's light cone, and then we got it in like literally the next pull. Zero pity, and like, well, there goes my idea of farming for
To
DDD.
embrace one another after a
We don't
long
even have the
separation,
Herta on this account
but to come in
at all.
search of retribution.
I slapped her light
Tell
cone
me
on Mini
the
Herta.
answer that's already been written. And let us draw this seemingly endless fate to a close.
Yeah, like, even with it implanting weakness, I could see some cases where he might fall off a little. Not totally, right? He'll always come back around. But you can make some enemies or whatever where he might struggle in MOC specifically, but he'll probably always be good in APOC because APOC is about breaking, and especially if it's a single target, they get all his bounces with the implanted weakness. He'll break fast, and he'll probably always be good in pure fiction, even if they do some like nonsense about like making an enemy that you can't implant weaknesses on or something. Those two modes, he'll probably always be good. He might swing around when it comes to Memory of Chaos, depending on what they do. But you'll probably still be able to use him, even then. Because at the end of the day, even if you can't use him as the main DPS, if your main damage dealer is an erudition, you can always slot him in as a support for the erudition. So it's like, Anaxa stays winning. No matter what, Anaxa stays winning.
So, let's give our core flame to him, and have him take it back to the mortal realm. Give humanity back their cycle of life and death. Our responsibility as Thanatos was never about picking out favorite souls. We were only meant to watch over life. Let's tend the field together. And create a warm,
But that's the
safe
problem when you
flowers
make a
for
character
all the souls
that
to
is
come.
as flexible as Anaxa, right?
What do you think, Polixia?
Not a problem for the players. I mean, you pull Anaxa, you stay winning. But from like a design standpoint of trying to create challenges and force people to pull for new characters, that's just a problem when you make a character as flexible as Anaxa.
And be reborn.
It's like when they made all the supports in Genshin in 1.0 that were like universal supports that anybody could use because it's the beginning of the game, and everybody's still using like the national team supports to this day. It's like, yeah, I don't need to pull anybody. I got Bennett. I can just slot Bennett in any team. It doesn't matter.
Our fated moment has arrived once again.
Just like before.
Yes, just like before.
At best, all they've ever done is made side grades to Bennett, but if you still have Bennett, you're fine.
Undergoing the trial this time are prepared.
You've made up your mind?
Yes, as dictated by fate. But I won't be afraid. As long as you're here with me. Complete your trial in this life. Grant me the embrace of death.
I saw what Cyrene's going to be doing to Anaxa. Like, if you slot her into his team. What was it? There was like a video that somebody put where it's like 32 bounces.
Like a raven butterfly.
It's like, well, Anaxa just became the best APOC character. It's like, yeah, watch me break this guy's shield in one turn.
I will.
You have both Anaxa and Saridra, or not Anaxa. You have Seirini and Saridra as Anaxa support, which I think is what they did. And it's just like, yep, there we go. Already broken. Watch me get maximum action value.
The cycle of life and death will flow once again. The sea of flowers you sowed shall bear countless joyous or sorrowful souls, and bloom evermore.
I mean, I guess some of the characters, I could see you saying they look samey. I can always tell the difference between them, even if you take their hair off. But a lot of that kind of like sharper anime style, the hair and clothing design is mostly what makes them look different. These two, on the other hand, are supposed to look samey. They're twins.
What is it?
If they didn't look the same, that would be a problem.
Don't forget me. I promise you. When we meet in the next world, even if I have endured another reincarnation, even if we do not know each other's names,
Yeah, it's crazy. People thought Kazuha was bad on release.
I'll still hold you tightly.
They just didn't understand. They didn't understand his value, okay?
Just like what I did. When
They don't have open minds. You know, they're like, this is not how I've been playing the game. Obviously, he can't be good. I've seen people do crazy things with, like, hyper-carry Kazuha. I've seen people just be like, I need a little extra something to this team. And they just, like, slot him in after their supports as like, a sub DPS.
I will bring rest.
That's just there to do, like, swirl plunge or whatever, you know? Like, Kazuha's crazy. You can plug him into a bunch of different comps.
Will once again flow.
Genuinely insane character. I don't think he's ever lost his value. Remember when lip sync? Oh yeah. The problem is, like, so the lip syncing will still break a lot for characters too, but I know they were particularly bad for those two. Because the problem is the issue with the multiple languages, right? And I have noticed, like, sometimes they'll keep talking way longer than their mouth does. And, like, that's probably because that's the Chinese lip sync in that scene right there.
Then why do you drag your feet? Is your fear of crowds holding you back again?
I simply find them too noisy. Paying attention to conceited fools like them would be an utter waste of my time.
It's so weird with the different languages, especially Chinese, since that's the original script for this, because there's sometimes you can say something very complex in very few words in Chinese.
I couldn't agree.
Especially if it's like an older concept that's been around forever. In a lot fewer words than you could in English. And then sometimes, especially if it's like newer words that are more complex, you could say something simple and take like 5 times as many words to say it.
At the very least, better than a stoic.
Like, it cuts both ways. Which is where you get like those old jokes about dubbing Chinese movies where
that is exactly
the person's mouth will make like 100 movements, but the actual English actor only said like 5 words.
Should I thank you for the compliment?
The hour of the trial has come. Do you have an answer for me? And how will you prove the veracity of your argument?
I suppose there is no point in putting this off any longer.
See, Kazuha being power crept by Shilonen still depends on like the comp of the situation, but yeah, I think Shilonen has become a little more of like a universal support.
Indeed.
That's just the problem with like all the Natlan characters are crazy.
Eventually become the new titans at the world's end.
I think Natlan was the first time you had maybe some true power creep in Genshin. You could argue Fontaine, because the Fontaine characters are all pretty strong. But I think during that time, you could still do a lot with the other people, right?
To succeed death. Unfortunately, while their journey is consistent.
And I think it's also because a lot of people, as much as they love Fontaine as a story, they slept on a lot of the Fontaine characters, right? Like, Farina is the most pulled character ever. Nobody slept on her. She's in every single team comp that you could possibly get.
All the pains I took to reach this point.
But there's like a lot of people didn't pull Navia because they're like, Geo character. Why would I pull a Geo character? I did. I pulled her. Navia's best girl.
Proving that we are the legacies of heroes.
I got her and her weapon on her first banner.
That is,
I love seeing my like anywhere between 1/3 to 1,000,000 pops on of damage on her with her shotgun. It's fun.
To the present for the Titan's self-serving reasons.
But a lot of people slept on it.
And having lived through 2 cycles, and with Styxia as the pivot.
From that point forward, though, like the power's just been ramping up.
Together.
Like Malwika is just insane.
Of death can bridge 2 cycles,
especially if you have Seat Lolly with her, like the melt pops are just insane for a character you don't even have to build elemental mastery on, right? Like you still build her crit and she's going to do insane melt pops. You could just leave all the elemental mastery on Seat Lolly.
If there is even the slightest error in your hypothesis,
You're just like casually hitting 1,000,000 damage left and right. It's kind of dumb.
It matters not.
And yeah, Nodcry's getting pretty crazy too. I wasn't gonna pull anyone in Nodcry at all
overly cautious, then you'll never
until Alice. I was just gonna save straight up for Alice. I ended up pulling for Lauma and getting her very, very early though. Because I realized I have no Dendro characters on my account at all.
Let us go and teach
I've got Tainari, but who doesn't have Tainari, right? Like why would you want him? I never even built Tainari. If you like him, that's cool, but like he's not a character you go out of your way to get if you don't like him particularly. And so like all my Dendro has just been Hyper Bloom using Dendro Traveler. That's it, which is kind of scuffed. And I think I also have Kirara, right? That's it. That's all the Dendro I had. So like I'm gonna get Lauma. I'm gonna get Lunar Bloom because I need some type of lunar reaction too to be able to deal with these stupid resurrecting zombie guys.
Let those Chrysos heirs who
and so now after I got her. Putting Aino on her team too is really, really good. I'm going to go back to saving for Alice. I don't think I need anything else from there. I'm so tempted to get Flinch though. Being somebody of Irish descent myself, and the fact that he's just a lantern fairy.
I thought you'd pass on this.
A really cool lantern fairy. I like his design, and his birthday is Halloween. It's Halloween, and it's like, oh man. I kind of want him, but I can get him on rerun. It's fine. He'll exist in the future. I just need to save up and dump a lot on Alice. That's the plan. Is to just save up and dump a lot on Alice.
This system for 1,000 years. It stands to reason that there is purpose.
First 5-star guy since 5.0. That's true. All the guys for a while have been.
That is not what you're asking.
4 stars, right? Pretty cool ones. Like Aoife's pretty cool.
Making the right decision in entrusting the
Auroron's all right. I mean, Auroron's handy. You want just like Electro app.
Never escapes you.
He's really, really good.
Years teaching you for nothing.
Yeah, it's all been like.
Most people only take 4 years.
It's all been 4 stars,
if I recall.
Trying to think the last one I pulled for. Risley? I think Risley was the last
execution chamber.
5-star guy I pulled for. I didn't get Kenichi.
So, do you have an answer to that question?
I blew everything on Mualani and I was like, nah, I'll skip. There's people after Kenichi I want more.
I thought so.
Because that question is not yours to ask in the first place.
I need to go back to building Risley though. It's so fun to punch people.
Is Aglaya entrusting the world to you the right decision?
He's a Buster Wolf, you know. He's got that Terry Bogard playstyle.
Question that woman must answer herself. Why are you fretting about this on her behalf?
Cool idea. A guy with connections to Faye was born on Halloween. Yeah, I mean, it's standard. It's common. But at the same time, they don't really have Faye in
What should
Genshin. I mean, I guess they have
do
things
to
that you could
ensure
call it,
that the
but they don't
world
really have a lot of
doesn't stray from the
European
correct
stuff
path?
since
That
Mondstadt.
is what you should be
I guess. Well, like Fontaine. Fontaine was European.
You still have
So it's
time.
like Mondstadt. We
So
got
give it some
Fontaine.
thought.
Fontaine didn't have any Fae
Oh,
though, really.
And don't bother telling me the answer. Tell it to those begging for salvation from the gods.
And this is the first time they've had actual like Celtic Fae in the game, I think, ever.
Thank you, Professor.
Ever. The Sealy are close. The Sealy are pretty close, but they're German, right?
Who?
But Flint's is like actually a lantern fairy, which is cool.
That'll depend on how well
I like
you
him.
perform. May Cersei safeguard your
I will probably pull him on rerun. I gotta get Alice. I gotta get Klee's mom. Klee was the first character that I ever pulled in Genshin. According to the stats they gave me for the 5-year anniversary, I am definitely a Klee main. I've used her more than literally any other character in the game. Klee is the best. Klee #1.
The resolution will be passed after that.
I probably need to pull 2 copies of Alice's weapon because I guarantee you, A, Alice is going to be Catalyst. It would be very weird if she wasn't Catalyst.
Shall I show you to it?
But B,
all right.
Her weapon will also be best in slot for Klee. Like, there's going to be a huge upgrade to her. I would love it if Klee and Alice worked together. Like, if Alice was built for, like, dual DPS, like, swap for other Catalyst users. That also because her and Nicole would work better together like that. And you kind of want to run Hex and Circle together. But I would love it if she has something in her kit where she just, like, works with other Catalyst users. So I can run Alice and her daughter in the same team. That would be so cool. If not, you know, I could just run them on both sides of Spiral Abyss, like Alice team and Klee team. That's fine. You know.
Where's Lady Goldweaver? Why is she sending this guy to give the last speech? Is this really the end of the Flame Chase journey?
Would it be cool to have a guy with connection to the Jutons be born on Christmas? I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's cool or not. It could be. It depends how you do it. I think the reason Flint's is cool, I think if you introduce him as a fairy right away, it would be kind of lame. Right? Like, if you just popped up, hey, I'm a fairy. Born on Halloween.
I see your fear.
Also with the Halloween thing, it's because he helps the dead a lot.
Apprehension.
Right, like guiding the dead, because he's a lantern fairy. Like that would be kind of lame. The fact that they subtly worked it in, like you think he's a normal person, you think he's just one of the light keepers at first, right? And then through the story, you find out that he was a fae that took the form of a human, and like the light keepers were good to him. They were the first people that he met, so he became one of them, had an attachment. And because lanterns and Halloween have a connection to each other, these days we use pumpkins. In the old days, you'd carve out like an onion or something, or just use like a regular wooden lantern that you would carve. Because Halloween and lanterns are connected, like all of these things that are actually weaved through the narrative of the game make it cool. If you do the same thing for somebody with a Christmas birthday, you could make it cool.
With my friends and family. How I wish I could invite all of you to that paradise, far from the noise and chatter of the world. Alas, I can't. Because she, and all that she nurtured, all that I loved, they have long been devoured by the black tide. My beloved home is no more. I will never forget the day the black tide struck.
Oh, Kevin.
My
Kevin.
father, Hieronymus, fought with a broken sword to his last breath to protect his child. My mother, Aldada, she was ripped apart by monsters.
See, the only guy you've
Also,
liked was
I
Al
might live to
Hatham.
stand before you
And you haven't
here
liked
and
any
now.
of the other ones that have been released since Al Hatham. You know, that's fair though, I guess. You know, if you like a dude, it's cool.
arms that once drew a bow instead embraced.
Personally, I only pull on characters I think are cool for one reason or another. That's my standard. It's not even necessarily if they're good, unless I find another character so cool that I'll pull for their support even if I don't like him, which is what happened with Sunday. Jing Yuan is so cool, he deserved Sunday, right? But I only pull for cool. Sometimes the thing that makes a character cool is that, you know, I find him, like the woman sexy. That can be the thing. Though usually it has to be more than that. That's because so many of the women are hot that it's like, I'm not going to pull them just because they're sexy. Right? I'd be pulling everyone. I don't even like most of them. But I only pull for a character it's cool. Like Klee in Genshin. I pulled for Klee because I thought Klee was cool. She's a little girl. Like a little elf girl. But she's like the explosions expert of the entire like army, like of the Knights of Favonius, right? And she's cute, and she just blows everything up, and she's got like this naivety to her, being a little girl. And she's like, you want to go fish blasting? We're going to get in trouble, but it's so worth it. She just like throws fishes by dynamite, basically. So I only pull characters if I think they're cool. I thought Wriothesley was cool. The Duke of the Fortress of Meripede, the prison. I pulled Wriothesley. But that is my entire standard for whether I pull a character or not, is if I personally think they're cool for some reason.
The Flame Reaper has likely echoed throughout the city already. The roaring thunder is a message from the Strife demigod. The Flame Reaper has risen from death, and they hunger for the core flames of the gods.
Lies! If such a powerful enemy is indeed approaching, why is Akuma still a picture of peace?
You actually answered that question with the first word in your statement.
Akuma shows no signs of pandemonium or chaos. And why is
lies?
That? I beg you, spare a moment to think about this. Are we able to stand here and hold this assembly in peace today because the danger has passed? No. This peace we enjoy is no gift of fate. We are able to stand here today only because the Chrysos heirs have stepped up and shielded Akuma from calamity.
Which actually, you're telling the character that is going to be like, I need to wait for the rerun, I need to wait for the rerun, I need to wait for the rerun. That's going to like try to break me the most is equally to Alice. We've been waiting 5 years for Varka, and Varka is coming before Alice. I'm like, oh, I need to not pull for Varka. He's only the coolest dude in the entire game.
But ask yourselves this. Rather than offering her aid and support, why do they choose to watch and push Akuma away from the Flame Chase journey?
And they've given us so many like little drips, similar to Alice, just not as many, but there's so many drips of Varka for so many years.
And buried in greed, fear, and
like the scene where Mika delivers a message to them from his brother, and there's like a PS at the end where it's like, some people have wondered who would win in a fight. Any of the captains, or me, or like what, I can't remember the exact one, but he's like, I would like to remind you that while there are many captains in the Knights of Favonius, there is only one Grand Master. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha. His laugh, not mine.
Why? Because she has been working tirelessly to weave the defenses of our holy city against.
Was Christmas originally Yule? No.
Oh well, these vermin are making up baseless accusations about her and scheming in the shadows. Not once has she ever failed Akuma. Yet these vermin
there's a lot of evidence to say it wasn't.
Apart, tarnishing her name with unfounded allegations.
I'm not going to go into that right now because that's a long lecture all on its own. But there's a lot of evidence to say that it's a separate thing. Now you can make some arguments that some things were moved around to match each other, but it was not.
But citizens of Akuma, once more, I implore you to open your eyes and look at those around you. Examine them closely. Beneath all that finery, Do you see the
I
good
used to think
heart
it was until
of
I
a
dove
human,
deeper into it.
or the poisonous glands of a pest? Make your judgment, then turn your gaze to the demigods, whom so many of you regard as cold and merciless. Do you not see the light of humanity in them? And those who wear the mask of humanity, yet utter only hurtful, slanderous words. Can you not see that their souls have been corrupted by power? Yet, no matter what your answer is, and no matter who your vote goes to, rest assured that you have nothing to fear. For Aglaya, Tribios, and I will remain your faithful guardians and pledge our lives to upholding your decision. And this vow will stay true until the end of our days, where it will be passed on to future flame chasers.
I remember we brought up Final Fantasy VI earlier. One of the things I really like about this version of Kevin Castellana here
promise that shall endure through the ages.
is that he basically turns into Kefka. Like, it kind of like similar to both him and how it was Sephiroth's transformation, but he basically turns into God Kefka. So in some of like the DMs with my friends and stuff, I've been calling him Kevka, mixing like Kevin Castellana's name and Kefka together.
At the present time, on the scales of Talentum, those who call for the continuation of the Flame Chase journey, and those who demand its...
And listen, I know his name is only Castellana in this game. It doesn't have the Kevin to it, which is the opposite of how Kevin was in HI3, where Castellana was a title added to him later in his life. But he is an isotope of Kevin, who is also an isotope of Kiana at the end of the day. So I'm going to call him Kevin. I don't care. He's still Kevin to me.
And now, it's your turn to vote, Lord Anaxagoras.
Is there anyone else who hasn't voted?
No, you're the last. Cast your vote with care, for your decision will break this impasse.
I have long since made a decision.
Don't you hate it when, like, you go to select a specific notification on your phone, but another one rolls in just as you're about to touch the screen, and you click on something else you didn't want to because phone screens are way too sensitive and they're annoying? I miss buttons. I really, really, really miss buttons.
You've done well, Finan. Given the circumstances, delivering a rousing speech to stir up emotions was a prudent move. Thank you all for your patience. On behalf of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany and the scholars of Amphorius, I, Anaxagoras, am ready to cast my vote. But before that, in the interest of fairness, Lady Goldweaver, I pose a question to you before all who are gathered here. Will you, as Finan has promised, stand by the decision made in the Assembly, regardless of outcome?
In the interest of fairness, I make no promises, lest it should influence your decision.
Very well. I thank you for your honesty.
See, didn't we have those phones with sideways keyboards back in the aughts? We did. Those were great. My best friend had one of those back in school. Had like, it was the full alphabetic keyboard, right? It wasn't just like a number pad,
Stakes are high. Let's
turned
be
it sideways, had like a long screen. I forget the name of it.
Who do you think you are wasting
But I always wanted one of those. I know you can still get like a BlackBerry phone or whatever,
Do not forget that
or at least you could a few years ago that had a keyboard. That was more vertical with a downslide,
Rule number 2.
which meant the keys tinier. I don't know if those are still available, but it's like, man,
Silence is gold.
I miss keys. I like buttons. Like having optional touchscreen is fine,
Just vote already.
but a touchscreen is not better than buttons. It's more flexible. You could do all kinds of things with it. You can move your virtual button anywhere on the screen, make it any size you want, custom fit it to what your app needs or whatever, but tactile buttons. I will always prefer those. I have a game controller in my hand right now. I like pushing buttons.
Wonder, is every hardship in the world something you will exploit and use to your advantage?
Very likely, because I've been playing video games with controllers since before I could properly walk.
Where my body and soul are separated.
And I've been using computers since, like, with a keyboard, since the mid-90s.
Accompany me on this final journey.
I don't want to touch a screen for everything.
The Netherrealm and see how she will substantiate.
Especially if the screen is just going to decide arbitrarily I didn't touch the right spot and activates the thing next to what I was touching.
We need only to follow the sound of the tides. You are...
Well done, child. Just as I foresaw, you have achieved great things.
Teacher.
What a twist of fate. A blasphemer raised in the doctrines of the Venerationists. It's like a foal kicking its mother in the belly after taking all her milk.
I respect you immensely, sir, but...
You cherish the truth even more.
I do often hit the wrong button in these games,
Do not be troubled by the criticism.
but that's not because of the problem with the controller.
Do not let those
I know
voices
exactly what
hinder you
button
as you
I'm
forge ahead.
intending to press, right? Like, I'm hitting X. It's not that I'm hitting circle instead of X. It's the fact that all of these games are so similar in design, but they're different types of games, like all the Hoyo games. They'll have similar UI and everything, that I'll forget which game I'm playing, and I'll hit the wrong button to do something. Because they all have different selections. And then even Genshin, I had to change the layout of some of the buttons. Like this, I'm using default keys or bindings or whatever for Star Rail here. But when I play Genshin, Genshin is so bad on controller. I'd rather be playing it on my computer if my computer wasn't crap, like mouse and keyboard, that I had to change with which buttons actions were bound to just for it to make sense to my brain.
Safeguard your thoughts.
But that also means, like, to interact with something in Genshin, I have to hit triangle. To interact with something in this game, I think it's X.
You are right, Empedocles. My lonely pursuit.
And I'll forget which game I'm playing, and I'll sit here for a while too, and I'll just be hitting the button like, why am I not interacting? And then I'll look at the screen, and it's like, oh, it's because I'm hitting the wrong button.
May we meet again with the truth before us, Empedocles.
What are you waiting for? Just cast your vote.
Silence! Silence, everyone!
Behold, Circes, here at the center of the world, I shall write the final step of my proof. For this place is but one step away from the truth.
If you think we're behind in this game, Just wait till we start catching up in Genshin.
Professor, I completed the proof
Now,
you wanted.
this game we're actually pretty close, realistically, which is why we're just like going straight through everything to be able to catch up.
Thank you, Castorus.
When we get to the other games, I'm not doing that. We're actually gonna rotate them in. But like on this account of Genshin, I think we're on our way to fight Dvalin for the first time. Like we're still in Mondstadt. We have literally all of Genshin to catch up on. We've got some cool characters though. It's not gonna be that hard. Like that account has Chaska, because I still use the free currency that comes in the mail.
The result is clear.
And from the codes and everything. So that account has Chaska. We'll be able to just like fly to skip a lot of stuff. But it's gonna be so long to catch up on that account. That's gonna be like a once or twice a week stream of like a journey for a while.
For the harsh punishment awaiting you.
It would be cool though. Like I haven't even started. We technically don't even have ZZZ on this one, but ZZZ is only a year in, so that'll be easier to catch up as well. I would love it once like this account for this stream is caught up on all of those games, and then I could just play the new content when it's new and be done with it.
Just to aid their preposterous flame chase journey.
Performance? No, you are quite mistaken.
I'm actually trying to consider when I should start ZZZ with this account though on stream. Obviously, it'll be after we catch up on here, but like specifically which banner, because there's going to be so much currency in the game that we could pretty much guarantee whatever character we want. I'm actually thinking maybe we'll start with oh my god, what's her name? It's not Lucia, because they moved that name to the other character, but it's the person whose design resembles Lucia's beta design, the one with the big hammer and the octopus tentacles. Maybe we'll start on her banner, just because I really like the Dark Knight nature of her design, where it's like high risk, high reward, eat her own health, but if she like lands it, she can heal herself and everything. That's a really cool character design. Maybe we'll start on that one. Genshin is something you never get into. Arlecchino is about the only character that was interesting to you. Oh yeah, well, you know, Arlecchino does come back, but it is kind of like not worth getting to something if you only like the one thing, right?
Very well.
She's fun to play though. I have Arlecchino. I want her weapon. I tried. The weapon just didn't want to come on my account. So she's sitting on. Oh, I don't have hers, but I did last time Hu Tao was on banner get a Staff of Homa, which actually is like her second best weapon. Such a plug and play staff for any or polearm for any polearm user. So Arlecchino on a Staff of Homa. So she still hurts a lot. Fun character, but yeah, it's not really worth it if you only like one person. Always preferred turn-based games like Epic 7, HSR. Been playing Chaos Zero Nightmare though after playing the limited play for test for it. Oh, okay, the limited play test for it. I never got into Epic 7. I've played a lot of turn-based gachas though. I've been playing gacha games for over a decade now, I think. I think my first one was probably maybe 2014. I'm trying to remember. Like, I've been playing gacha games, I think, since around the first League of Angels.
Tell me, who among you dare swear to Kefali's name that
but, and I've been playing a lot of them. I never got an Epic 7. I tried, what was that one recently that I can't remember the name of? That was kind of like Star Rail, sort of. I tried to get into it. I played like the entire prologue and I couldn't.
Must I pick somebody to answer? Very well.
Oh, they have a free run collab? Maybe I'll consider it. Ethereal Restart, thank you. Yes, that was the one. I tried getting into Ethereal Restart. I had some really good pulls at the beginning. I just, for the life of me, couldn't get into it.
No? Fine.
I have an account though. Maybe things improve later. Cool thing about those games is that like they don't really go away anytime soon. They could get a bunch of stuff that pull me in later on. They could have like a cool collab, and I could always just reinstall it and hop right back in, right?
Useless. Your turn.
I think it had potential. It just
smug look of yours.
wasn't doing it for me
Confident that the flame chase
on a single player, and I just don't care about the PvP at all, right?
Hey, mind your tongue.
Like in games like that, I'll casually do the PvP where I won't care if I win or lose, right? Just to be able to get whatever rewards are attached to doing the PvP. But like I don't care about it, right? Especially because if you really want to be good at PvP in a gacha game, you gotta whale.
Are you?
It's not about like skill; it's about money. So like the single player section has to pull me in, and Ethereal Restart was not pulling me in.
Let him continue with his performance.
I have not tried Chaos Zero Nightmare though.
Will you look at that?
I've been a little too busy to jump into a new one, but I will probably try it.
And what's even more absurd is that no one but I can.
Because I think one of my emails got into the playtest,
the assembly passed the resolution
and then I just didn't do it at all.
But you needn't worry, because I knew better than to trust you good-for-nothings. That is precisely why I am here today. To give you one final lecture. Now listen up and listen well. I, Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, hereby declare everything that the Flame Chase journey promises is true. Finan of Ides Elysiae, the prophesized demigod who shall succeed Kefali, will reforge each and every one of us in the new world with his complete, intact memories.
Oh,
what?
The core flame-bearing titans were the Chrysos heirs of yesterday. And the
I'm trying to think if there's any other ones on the horizon I'm interested in.
Will become the titans of tomorrow.
Do you think it's possible for Roblox to be shut down in court? I mean, how literally are you using the word possible? Because I believe in the frame of the universe, the possibility is there, the likelihood probably isn't. I think it's far more likely that restrictions or policies will be enforced on it than anything.
What? Are you saying that we must bow down to you and worship you?
See, it should be releasing 22nd of October. Okay, you know, at this point, then I'll probably just wait for the official release anyway to try it out. I think that's probably the better way to do it. Especially because like I don't know how the playtest was working for this one, but often it's like on a different server, right? And you just will never have any of the stuff that you had in the playtest, so you have to start over anyway. I think at this point I'll just wait for the official release. Sometimes though they'll like flag your account and you'll get like a special bonus for participating in the playtest. So sometimes it's worth to do that.
And learn the truth behind Era Nova.
What is he talking about?
But I'll just wait.
Isn't that pure blasphemy?
I, the vile, wretched blasphemer, deserve nothing less than death for my sins.
Unless the way you're wording it over was the playtest is already over. I don't know if that's the case either, too. I could have just missed it altogether. Which is fine. I've got too much stuff to do anyway.
By the gods, even kindness has betrayed Akuma.
I had no knowledge of his transgressions. He did that on his own. The Council of Elders.
Oh, it is over. Okay, no, that's cool.
For his actions.
That's like I said, it's perfectly fine. I still got to catch up on this on stream. You know, I've got too much to do.
Are you going to simply stand by and allow the Council of Elders?
I've the limited amount of time that I play games per day, which is why I'm trying to get most stuff done just on stream anyway.
If
I gotta go. I was writing.
I will acknowledge it. If not, my conscience
Make
stands
comics, all kinds of stuff.
Lady Kindness, the reputation of the Council of Elders was not built in a day, nor will it be shattered overnight.
Is Arc live service? No. Not technically. It's an online game, sort of, but you can play it completely offline. Arc is basically server-based, right? You can host your own server and have people on it. You can play locally with friends on a shared server, but it's not, as far as I know, a live service. Unless they added that in after the full release, because it was in pre-release for years. But as far as I know, Arc is not live service. Only issue you have is that they really wanted to copy Hoyo with all the limited and 50/50s for gacha. Oh, yeah, but everybody does now, right? No, I mean, not everybody. But if you're a lot of people who feel like they can get away with it, do it. Wuwa does it too, right? Where the only thing that isn't a 50/50 is the weapon is guaranteed when you get to it. But otherwise, the banner system still functions exactly the same. And they have like a separate ticket just for weapon banners.
Elders and citizens.
They're like, hey, if Hoyo can get away with it, we can too. That's pretty much the attitude that people are having.
Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany has made
It's not how I would do it if I had one. If I made a game. In fact, I would, if I was making a gacha game, I would severely limit the amount of money I can make off of it, because every single turn of the gacha machine would be a quarter, or the equivalent in your local area. Because like, no, this is gonna be like actually turning a gacha machine, like a gachapon. It would be a quarter. There would be no 50/50s. The rates would be fine. You'd have basically a 10% chance to get the highest rated type of character. 5% would be the character on the banner. The other 5% would be anything that is considered standard. The pool would grow over time. Not immediately. I'd probably let a character be limited for like anywhere between 6 months to a year, depending on the character, or how we're doing how often we're getting characters out. But eventually they'd be moved to the standard pool. And because we wouldn't be doing 50/50s, the way you'd guarantee the character is after 100 pulls, shared pity that continues across banners, you get the character that's on the banner no matter what, on the 100th pull. You can get them anytime before that. It doesn't reset if you get a limited character. It's just every 100th pull you get whatever banner you pull on. That's how I would do it. You would not make like the huge amount of money that these games make, but I think it's fair, and you would be able to like have that gacha feeling without penny pinching your player base left and right. I would also allow you to buy one copy of the character from the shop for like $5, and their weapon would come with it. Only one copy. If you want like upgrades, you have to participate in the gacha system, but you could just get a single copy by buying it outright on the shop. That's how I would run it. Especially if I was making like an indie gacha game. Man, they're vicious. They're just yelling, let him die, over and over again. The 4 stars were insanely good in Chaos Zero Nightmare. That's good. Though often they are at the beginning of a game. But, you know, you hope that like it stays that way.
Then, in light of the people's voice, O Talantan on high, may you bring death upon him.
Okay, what are we doing now? I completely forgot. I mean, technically, I think we're in the epilogue section. Oh! We need to escape the underworld. That's what we need to do. Okay. I think, technically, I consider everything after you fight the boss of that patch the epilogue section. The stuff that's getting us to where we need to be for the next patch.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I bore the name of Castrus while walking among the mortals. And now, I stand as the demigod of death, the living side of Thanatos. Welcome to my realm, where the west wind ends. Every departed soul who has arrived here has expressed the same. Did you know? Every flower here was planted by Thanatos themselves. These flowers were originally both lifeless and immortal, but in the first rain brought by the River of Souls, they were given new life, flourishing as the bearers of countless souls.
Oh, yeah.
And it is my duty as the Master of Death to tend to their well-being and foster their growth in this serene haven.
I like that moon in the background. That's kind of like
to the structured cycle of life
a cracked egg, almost.
World. These flowers too shall wither and fade, returning to the earth and then ascending to the sky with mist and tides. Eventually, they will descend to the mortal land as gentle rain. Every soul undergoes the perpetual cycle of reincarnation, albeit in varied forms, until the world meets its end. Yet, sadly, there's no time left for Emporius to wait for when the flowers bloom again. Now, death is the power at my fingertips. It once led the souls of the deceased here, but I shall open the gate of the netherworld and return you to the realm of the living. In exchange, please, take the core flame of death with you and complete the flame chase journey. Do not let our work thus far be in vain. Just like the other demigods, I will stay here and embrace my destiny. That being said, it is not easy to guide a lost soul back to the mortal realm. The whispers of death are sweet and alluring. If your determination wavers, you will succumb and be forever ensnared by the—
Yeah, we got a little like Orpheus going on over here.
Please consider this a one-time exception. I will do everything in my power for the flame chase journey.
Just don't look back.
And for your life, the only life I can save. I am glad to hear that.
Over here!
Keep moving forward and don't look back.
Keep going.
Narratively, this part's pretty good. Mechanically, it's pretty lame. Parts like this where it's just like, I've entered walking simulator.
Keep moving.
Like, I almost wish this was just doing it on its own and I was watching it, because there's really no point in holding the control stick forward, you know what I mean? I kind of hate it when games do this. This should just be like a cutscene.
Onward.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's actually a physical thing you can't walk through. Wasn't expecting that.
Partner, we shall become heroes together. Almost there.
Wait, Honkai had pals before Pal Worlds? I don't quite get the joke there.
Thank you, Castris. Since I've already made it to the end, maybe I can have one last glance at that sea of flowers.
Oh, that red text, you know who that is. I like that. This brief little pop-up of Raiden May.
Will be awaiting you at the end of the path.
Technically not even in Anforius, but you know, anytime death's involved, so is the Nihility, so she can pop up anywhere.
And illuminate the way out. By doing so, you'll eventually reunite in the warmth of the sunlight.
Honkai Impact 3rd had an event where you have monster collecting with mons called pals. Oh yeah, I know that. I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together though. Yeah, I guess they did.
And voices.
All of this is proof that you once lived. Your soul, your memories, the years you've journeyed through, and the path.
I'm actually kind of behind on the current event in Honkai Impact 3rd. I need to catch up. I don't want my crystals to go to waste, just disappear on me from not finishing it.
And do not let her sacrifice.
Because around the same time,
of all who have stood by
a little bit before though, while we're getting Alicia or Cyrene here in HSR, there's a new Alicia battle suit coming to HI3. It's like, oh man, and it looks good. I want the Alicia battle suit. So I've been saving up.
Let the trail blazing continue. I'm back.
At last. I knew you could do it. Your soul is still perfectly whole. As if some kind of force.
Man, if they would just port Honkai Impact 3rd to PlayStation, I would totally go stream through all 8 years of content. That would take so long. It would take so long to get there. I would do it though. I would do it. Don't think I wouldn't.
Such a strange surge of familiarity.
We're gonna go backtrack through 5 years of Genshin content.
Perhaps it is fate, once again fulfilling its own design. Or perhaps
Part 2's been really good.
it is the loss from
I've kind of come to this conclusion for a while now.
familiar to you that intertwined our
Oh, you're not sure if you want to pull Cyrene. Her animation do look really good. Well, it depends. Okay, I'm gonna get back to what I said in a second, but it depends.
a riddle which cannot be solved anytime soon.
Oh yeah, because Constance is coming. How many Amphorius characters do you have?
It's as if
I think that's really the question. If you've got enough, then it's probably worth pulling Cyrene. Plus, I mean, she's Alicia. But you know that's not going to mean anything to everyone. I would say if you have at least half of the Crisis Heirs, it's probably worth pulling Cyrene. If not, totally Constance. Constance is going to be so fucking broken, so bad, you just go for it. I don't even know fully what she does yet. I haven't really seen too much. I just know the nature of her character. She's just going to be busted. Cyrene's only going to be busted for Amphorius characters, but Constance is going to be busted for everyone.
I can finally end it in a way that is as beautiful.
Tribby, Castris, Hyacinth, Finon, Evernight. Oh, well. Cyrene's going to be really good for Finon and Evernight. And Castris. If you put the Castris Evernight team with her, that's going to be a really, really busted team. I could see why you're a little hesitant there.
Embrace we share will never again be an ice cold loss. They will radiate with
I don't even have casters on this account. I'm gonna get her just for the Evernight team. I mean, I have Finon too. I could pop her into either depending on what circumstance I need, but
the other shore.
But also because she's Alicia, then I need to pull for Alicia. I'm trying to remember what I was saying. I got completely sidetracked now. I want to get back to what I was saying.
One last time.
Let me backtrack in my mind.
For fulfilling this wish of mine. The place I'll be going to is what humans call the land
Man,
of
I'm gonna
sorrows.
completely blank on it.
But with this heartbeat and the residual heat of this embrace, I shall turn the nether realm into a gentle place of rest.
I like that animation. It's a good animation.
This embrace may be brief, but it's the proof that I once lived.
Oh! HA3 Part 2, that's what I was talking about. One thing that I've come to the conclusion, even though the mechanics of Honkai Impact 3rd, originally, even a lot of the inspiration, and a lot of the mechanics in ZZZ are definitely inspired by Devil May Cry. A lot of how they make their games now, too, feel very Kingdom Hearts. Especially like the globe-trotting or the world-trotting part of HSR. And it's felt for a while that they just have been wanting to make their own Kingdom Hearts game. Like they've been trying in different aspects to do it. And HA3 Part 2, between the combat, adding like the aerials and everything, which I mean there's aerials in Devil May Cry as well, but the way they added the aerial combat in, the zone traveling, some of the thieves and stuff, it really feels like you're playing a Hoyo Kingdom Hearts game when you're in Part 2 of Honkai Impact 3rd.
You've nearly exhausted your humanity.
That's not a complaint though, it's really fun to play. I love the gameplay of Impact 3rd Part 2.
I've long since burned to ash over the past 1,000 years.
But to some degree, well, I love turn-based games. They're one of my biggest loves when it comes to gaming. Have been forever. I almost wish that the
bad blood between us. May I
what's it called? That the kind of world-trotting story of HSR was mechanically in a game. Like Honkai Impact 3rd Part 2.
To persist with your soul thin to such an extent.
But I also still want more turn-based game.
Just as you fight to lug your corpse onward to complete your unfinished goals.
You've wanted Constance's the Duke Inferno Myriad, Celestia? That's fair. Dude, that,
as the prophecy leader.
You remember, they kind of like
everyone on the flame chase journey.
Dripped his entire like crew, and then we killed Inferno, and then we haven't seen anything about him. Well, I guess we didn't. We killed like his avatar or whatever, and then it turns out that like Raiden May actually killed him off screen afterwards. But like they killed him off.
If you and I had just spoken this candidly before.
And we haven't seen anything from like him. Like his crew, anybody else related to like the Antimatter Legion or whatever. We haven't even seen much about another Lord Ravager aside from Vantilia until like just now with Amphorius.
Only he is capable of fulfilling your mission. Sadly, he is a man cursed by Nestia. But, by my estimates, his horribly elaborate sense of style should not impede Aranova.
Congratulations are in order. We found common ground. at the very end of our destined paths.
When you put it that way, it makes me want to take back what I said.
Glaya, we're back. Come welcome our great
How many
hero
times are they
reborn
gonna
from
make
the
a
ashes.
Highlander reboot? The franchise hasn't been successful since the first
I
movie.
hope he
There was like
didn't
a Highlander
know
TV show that
this.
was pretty good.
It wouldn't be the first.
But that's about it.
criticized him.
I know.
The
I'm
man
hopeful
should
for
be
the new
aware
one.
of his own shortcomings.
I think it could be good. It's just hard to like hope anything's good that Sean Connery can't actually be in. Because he's no longer with us.
I'm gladdened. But I don't see Castris among your number.
Not that he was. I mean, his character was important to the
It looks
original,
like
but
she not
it's
only
not like he
helped
was
me prove
necessary.
my theory, but helped you fulfill your mission as well.
It would be cool if they make any of the Lord Ravengers playable at some point. Probably more likely to get one before Skrullum, yeah. Well, I mean, Finon isn't technically a Lord Ravenger. I think he's technically he's an Emanator of Destruction. And all the Lord Ravengers are Emanators of the Destruction, but not all Emanators of the Destruction are Lord Ravengers, right? Iron Tomb is the one I think is technically a Lord Ravenger. The one that we're trying to prevent from waking
Please
up.
surrender that scalding cool flame for us as well.
But yeah, right now I think Finon is the closest we get to a playable one.
By her own hand in her 1,000 years.
Unless you also want to count the
I believe no one is more
the old version of Ting Yun that we never met the real one until Fuke. Technically, you could say that was Fantilia the whole time. So Fantilia, Lord Ravenger, playable in the form of 4-star Ting Yun.
O gods who have returned, and gods who are still watching, today we bring you a soul laid bare. The Hand of Shadow, Thanatos, remembered their name from the past. From daylight they came, and to their fragrant dwelling they return, to walk now among your ranks.
Yeah.
And there
There's
was
been one there
who
staring us in the
joined
face the
hands
whole
with
time.
Titan, a traveler risen from the dead and reborn among
Fight as
mortal
one.
kind. He is the everlasting night, and shall now proclaim in his good name, O Majesty of the 12 Titans,
I don't
pillars
know.
of the world.
I don't have a lot of faith that most villain characters are going to be playable unless there's a big enough demand from the player base, right?
With blood of gold,
Mostly if there's a big enough demand from China, like the Chinese player base. But if Hoyo thinks they'll make money off of it, they will totally change their direction
from beyond the sky.
and make a boss a playable character. I am dead certain that's what happened with Sunday. I don't think Sunday was originally going to be a playable character, but it's because people wanted him to be so badly that they made him one, which is also why his story feels really forced and rushed. And also with real Ting Yun, like Fugue being a 5-star, people wanted to meet the real Ting Yun. They wanted her to not be dead so much. I think they changed and wrote into the story because that one also felt really rushed and crammed in there. So if there is demand from the player base and they think they can make money off of it, then absolutely they will. Except maybe not Cocolia. I don't think they're ever going to cave with Cocolia, even though a lot of people want Cocolia to be playable.
Look, it's...
And that's probably just on principle, because they wouldn't do the same thing in HI3 either.
Is that Castorus?
No, it's only a divine echo. I think she's here for the trial.
Je suis au ciel, la
Yes, yes, I concur.
What did she say?
The hush, 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 hush. That's what she said. You were right there, didn't you not hear it?
No. The Titan. They said, I have illuminated the cold shadow of death.
Onwards. For your path to the future is bright and its flame eternal. Do not forget.
She made quite a scene. I suppose it's my turn now.
Yeah, you can't let anybody make more of a scene than you and Axa. That would be totally out of character.
What's with that look? You were present. So, let's get this execution over with. We wouldn't want to bring shame to Akuma's divine laws or keep me from creating a new world.
You never change, do you, Professor? I don't understand. If your theory is correct, you'll lose all memories of your past life once you become a Titan. So what's the point of becoming a god?
Well, it's a good thing his theories aren't correct.
Even if I forget who I am, I'll still have my brilliant mind. It goes without saying, I'll find a way to retrieve memories of my past life. Besides, I still have you, don't I?
I still don't really understand what you said during the assembly. Even if it were true, things reforged from memory could never be the same as the original anyway.
Then allow me to tell you right now that you're wrong. What exactly are we? My answer is that the Chrysos heirs are the future Titans and vice versa. Of course, this answer only applies to us. So, what are we when it comes to regular mortals? The very essence of the world, our souls, are tiny invisible seeds that hold records of each person's memories of the world. And we are the buds that sprout from these seeds to grow into great trees.
Is that what new sporism means?
It might be time for some hot dog cooking ASMR.
Once our physical bodies are born,
I say jokingly.
we become new extensions of the world. From there, we plant our seeds into someone's memories, and then scatter them into the hearts of countless people in the future. Just as seeds are affected by their environment, so too will our appearances differ across memories. But the partial memories we carry will always be the same, because that is just how the world is. To destroy our very existence, one must destroy the world itself. But we have someone who will still live on with his perfect memory. That person is you, child of Kefali. This is what it means to be the world-bearing Titan. So
I've found this out recently.
Of this world
that I don't know why people pay for more expensive hot dog buns. I've always used the cheap ones my entire life because I come from a poor household, and I've just been used to them.
To my theory,
the store brand is perfectly fine for me.
Anaxa,
but
I swear to you, I'll lead
recently
to our reunion in the new world.
Been getting the like ballpark buns or the more expensive ones.
That is all
and I've stopped doing that. I was like, no, I'm going back to the cheap ones. Because every time I get the more expensive hot dog buns,
farewell, great performer.
They're horrible. Like, why are you paying more money for these buns? They're like cut in bad places, where you'll get like just a sliver of bun on the bottom side or whatever.
May Cersei safeguard your thoughts.
or they're like flimsy, they fall apart. It's like, this is the premium? This is the bun you're paying extra for? I go over and get like the Kroger brand, and they're like perfectly sliced in the middle. This is a good bun. How is it that the cheaper bun is made better than the more expensive one? What is wrong with the hot dog bun industry?
You shall transcend the peaks of purity and return to corruption and hardship.
I'd rather go back to like when I was really young, or I guess not really young, about mid childhood, around middle school, where we were at like a low. Half the time we couldn't even get hot dog buns. We just have to like deal with folding bread in half, right? I almost feel like doing that than getting a ballpark bun that's sliced so thinly on one side it won't even hold the hot dog up. At least I know if I fold a piece of bread in half, it functions for what it needs to do.
I do still have one question.
Yeah, store brand's just the way to go. Kroger brand all the way.
I knew it. What is it? Maybe we're thinking of the same thing.
Recently spent almost $2 on a charity. Hope it isn't a scam. I hope for you too. I like when people donate to charity. It's good for the charity. It's good for you, like in your soul. I hope it's not a scam.
Whose memories did the very first news force sprout from?
How should I know?
Yeah, we got some cheap hamburger buns too, and it's like they're one of the cheaper brands. I don't think it was the store brand, but it was
We should allow the children of humanity.
Well, maybe it is. The problem is they have like two different brands. They'll have the ones that say Kroger, and then they'll have the ones that have like a different name. But it's Private Selection, which is one of the cheaper ones, and it's got sesame seeds on it. And it was cheaper to get this bigger sesame seed bun than like the name brand version, like getting a Sara Lee bun or something.
Suspicion. The new world with your soul.
That didn't have sesame seeds on it.
And now, the objective is complete. That is all.
And Naxa goes out like a madman perfectly. I think if things line up, I will be getting an Naxa on his rerun. Because I do think he's a cool character. Both him and Mighty are cool. There were just other characters that I had a higher priority. So I had to skip them. As long as somebody cooler just isn't on the banner when they rerun.
Looking on the bright side.
Or as long as, oh, that would be awful. They do a double rerun that has Mighty and Anaxa on it, and that's just the banner for a filler patch. And we're like, man, I have to pick between one of them. Unless I get lucky. I could get lucky and get both. I got Mawika and Seat Lali and Genshin on their first banner, and they were put together.
I do not have conclusive evidence.
I just got them both really early in 150/50s.
Perhaps March 7th's memories have been hijacked.
Hijacked?
Think about it, Miss Himiko. What will happen when someone...
So I've actually been considering this since the recent patch. Even though March has already been in Forius, right? Evernight was down there. Well, technically it was March, and then Evernight was released. It was their memories that were dragged into Forius, and that's why she was kind of a ghost at first. And Evernight had to, like, use Memoria to make a form? How does she leave Forius?
Perhaps it is difficult for you to
Her body's still up here. Is it going to be like she's going to hop on the train car with us when we finally leave? And as we pass through the veil of Forius, she's just going to, like, fade away and then reappear in her body in her bed? Is that how they're gonna do it? That'd be cool if it is.
Can be interpreted through memories.
But as far as I know, March's body is still right there.
Behind the continuance of this path. The past is made up of Memoria, while the future is a possibility that will eventually be converted to Memoria. But the present, it doesn't really exist. And
It's so
only
funny the way she
abstract
explains that too,
expression.
because it's almost like the opposite
Therefore,
of how reality
when a
is, where
person is
the
affected
past and
by
the
the
future
power
don't
and
really exist.
loses
Only
their
the present
ability
does.
to
But the
remember,
issue is
their
moments don't
physical
exist. Right?
form
We're
will
we're in a
also be
constant state of
affected.
flow.
These ice crystals are a manifestation of that.
So no matter what, you're only ever in the present, even though technically our perception is slightly in the past by like a millisecond or two.
You've guided us to Amphorius, but refuse to tell us your true intentions. Collecting memories is simply not a convincing answer.
Is Miss Himiko suspicious of me?
I mean no offense. I am merely speculating. But I'd appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, we got the good stuff. Lately, what I've been putting on my hot dogs, I think I've mentioned this before on stream. Instead of mustard, instead of ketchup,
that's not a problem,
which I've never been much of a ketchup guy, but I can respect it on a hot dog.
The reason behind my intentions
Freddy's
is that
fry sauce, which
holds
basically has both mustard and ketchup in it anyway, in a very, very specific proportion.
Of the garden,
We've been eating at Freddy's quite often, so it's like, shoot, let's just get bottles of their fry sauce. It's kind of just been my catch-all condiment. I don't know why I like it so much.
A world that can only be
maybe because it reminds me of Ed Sauce from Good Burger. Even though Ed Sauce from Good Burger is actually just the In-N-Out, like Thousand Island, whatever it is. And this is actually slightly different from that. But it's good on everything.
They might unleash their wild ambitions.
I don't know why it's good on everything. There's a Freddy fry sauce is just good on everything.
So the reason you did everything you could to convince the Express to come to this star zone is just to uncover the secrets and foil the plans of these people?
I chose to remain quiet before, because I did not want to involve you in the Garden's internal conflicts.
Remodeling a world is no easy feat. These extremists likely aren't just simple pathstriders. Do they wield the powers of emanators?
You can be even bolder with your guesses. The people
Nobody knows how time really works. It's just a bunch of different theories. Well, technically, most of them are hypotheses. They're not theories. A theory is a working model. So there are a couple. There's a few working models, but in general, most of them are hypotheses. Theories are pretty good, though. A theory means that you can make predictions of the future with it, which makes it a functioning model.
At the very least, they are capable of doing so.
Oh, frick.
I am deeply sorry.
The fry sauce went everywhere.
To March 7th. But the deal that I propose still remains a fair
I think that was the end of the bottle anyway. Don't worry.
Amphorius
Don't worry.
is still an excellent destination.
We got another bottle.
Investigating further might allow us to uncover
I'm just going to go toss this directly in the outside recycle bin. I'll be back.
Miss Himiko, the wisest choice right now is for us to continue cooperating.
What's wrong?
Let me take back a part of what I said just now, Miss Himiko. Although we indeed struck a deal, it seems like I have involved you in some unforeseen danger. Please accept.
Okay, where's that other bottle?
Has something
Everything that spilled out was only enough for one hot dog anyway, so...
It's fully...
No matter what,
Their
I was
gaze
probably going to
is
have to dig
just
out the other bottle.
swept across Amphorius.
Oh, how interesting.
And I don't think has been
expected a
opened
mere
yet.
memo snatcher to be actually hiding so much inside her head. What's even more interesting is that the word Amphorius has appeared in her subconscious.
I'll tell you one thing that I hate is that when people call something that is just an hypothesis a theory,
Usually like this.
because it makes it seem like it has more weight than it actually does. Like the many worlds hypothesis. People will call the many worlds theory. It's not a theory at all, though. There's no predictive nature of the many worlds hypothesis.
Please pardon me.
It's just conjecture.
Would you mind sharing?
There's no mathematic backing to it or anything.
The ones who need help are the Astral Express. You will have to put up with
And
my
it's fine,
methods,
you know. I
even
mean,
if they
maybe
are
it could turn
rather
out to be true.
unconventional.
Who knows? But it's
Let's
functionally
return to
just
topic.
a fiction.
By
It's
using a
right
void
now.
mirror,
It's sci-fi,
I rummaged through the brain of this memo
and there's
snatcher
nothing.
learned a good
There's
thing.
no evidence or anything to even suggest that it might be
Not only does this person
reality.
know of Emphorius, but there are also many memo keepers who are interested in the place.
And a lot of people are really hooked on it. Like the only thing they have going for them
I searched through her consciousness
is
and found the following terms.
the fact that they
The
don't
eternal
believe that
land,
there is a
rejected
collapse in the
land,
wave
and
function in the
private
Schrödinger
collection of
equation.
Garden of Recollection.
But that doesn't even
Seems
prove
like
that,
this
or
black
even
swan
suggest it
is
either. So
indeed hiding some things from us.
Oh.
Since I'm not able to find any useful clues from the outside, why don't I personally visit this mysterious Emphorius?
You're planning to head to Amphorius yourself?
Yes, but not in the flesh like you all foolishly did. See these Herda mirrors? With them, I can project my data spirit entity to any corner of the cosmos through spatial warps, without even needing to leave my room. But of course, these corners of the cosmos must be within the coverage zone of inter-astral peace communications. After all, this is collaborative technology.
I see. You do seem like the more indoor type.
Although that star zone is not within the network of the IPC, the Express itself can serve as a signal station. Come, give me the astral chart coordinates. Then, sit back and enjoy the show. All right, now that everything is ready, mirrors, get to
okay,
work.
cool. We're back to the Herda. Do we want to use her? Just because. I do like the Herda. Let's see, we'll keep you. Where's Mini Herda, who doesn't have it fully leveled, but has the Herda's light cone on it? That'd be funny. Wait, if I go and I look at the, will the light cone information be in battle? It's supposed to be, but I don't know if it'll actually have it for the trial character specifically. We'll see what information we can get from her. But if I go there and the big Herda doesn't have her light cone, but my mini Herda does, would be so hilarious. We need you and you. There we go. There's the Herda team. Yeah, the Herda was another one that you wanted, but you lost your 50-50. I got her on my main account. I don't have her on this one. We were pulling. I don't even think we lost the 50-50. She just didn't come in time. Like, the banner ended before we got to her. Before we got to Pity or anything. Guaranteed Tribby? Okay, well, overall, that's probably better than having the Herda because she's going to be power crept. I mean, she is already kind of power crept. And Axa by himself does better than the Herda. I feel like, though, the Herda is a good one to invest into. Same with, like, how Acheron was. I don't believe they will let their Emanators be permanently power crept. Like, not only have they given them already more support characters to keep them working better, if any characters are going to regularly get buffs throughout the lifetime of HSR, it's probably going to be these important Emanator characters like Acheron, like the Herda. Phynon will probably get buffs later on, too, after he finally falls off, though that could be a year or two from now. Oh, that's right. I wanted to see. Will it let me see what your light cone? No, it just skips it. She's not in the roster. What is this at? Only 30. Only 30. That's fine. I just need the skill point. That's all I need. And the 12% crit rate is nice too.
First mirror, input the coordinates. You'll be in charge of the spatial warp.
As you command, Madam Herda. The preparations are complete. I wish you a pleasant journey ahead.
I don't know how to answer that question, Fizz.
Second mirror.
What you gotta understand is, most people, myself included, because if I spent all my time building up a channel, like nonstop, that's all I was doing, was spending time doing the stuff to build up a YouTube channel, I probably could. I know a lot about it. That is not what I dedicate my time to. I just kind of let it naturally grow, on its own, which isn't good. Hasn't been. But like, I'm not going to be able to give you good advice on what does and doesn't hurt a channel outside of my perspective as an audience member. And a lot of times I may not be your audience, right? Most people, even some successful YouTubers, couldn't give you advice on what does and doesn't hurt a YouTube channel. Because a lot of them don't actually know. They just kind of worked their way through it. You know, they stumbled their way uphill. And it's really hard to know what is and isn't good, right? Like, there's an entire popular channel where somebody uses text-to-speech to make the Emperor of Mankind from 40K say things, you know? You just kind of have to have a goal and stick to it.
That's so boring. Next time, can you count down from
The only helpful video I think I've ever seen, and that was very recently, scuff through the advice of what is or isn't good for a channel, is one that I shared in the Discord the other day, and it was Tierzu made a tier list of YouTube advice.
Have a safe trip.
Anything outside of that has almost always just been like questionable information. See, my account has been crazy lucky though. Did win the past 4 50/50s, then broke the streak on Kafka. Won each time on Castris, Hyacinth, Finon, and Saber. But you still need Saber's Lycone. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, this account's been stupid lucky. I don't even know. Sometimes you just get into those streaks.
So that's Emphorius? Its appearance.
If the Emperor had text-to-speech device, is amazing. I've never watched it myself. I have friends who liked it. That's the only reason I know about it, but I've only heard good things about it.
Alright, please read the safety protocols carefully.
Can't you hurry up?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't expect it to be so turbulent. I should have asked the second mirror to use slightly less power.
Oh, nice. I've been wanting Bronya E4
What a magnificent sight.
since the very beginning of the game.
To Emphorius?
And I just have not gotten it. I almost never lose to Bronya. I think I have like maybe her E1 or 2
Find a way in.
on one of these accounts. As you can see, there is a specific character that we almost always lose to. We're E4 S1 Clara on this one. On my main account, I'm E5 S1. I guarantee you the next 50/50 I lose, I'm probably getting E6 Clara. We probably would have more on here if I lost more 50/50s on this account. I lose way more on my other one. This account wins way too often. I feel like this account steals all my luck. Especially from ZZZ. I lose like every 50/50 on ZZZ, and I go to pity like every time. I really should max Clara out because we've got so much of her.
What's this? A statue? It's ugly. I don't like it. found your traces.
Boom.
How esteemed must you be for the great Herda to come out personally? When we return, get ready to become free labor for the simulated universe for the rest of your lives.
Aren't I already?
What's this? How creepy. Oh, it moves? Who are you trying to scare? It's either a projection or a fake. There doesn't seem to be much to take note of. Now then, how am I going to get into Amphorius?
My deepest apologies, esteemed lady. I'm afraid that you cannot proceed further.
Who's there?
Your visit, although not part of my calculations, is a pleasant surprise. It's a pity that the preparations are not yet in place to receive you with the hospitality that someone of your status deserves.
Are you not going to answer my question? Who are you?
I have many identities, and I'm going to have even more in the future. But if you just need a form of address, you can use my common alias. Lycurgus. Lygus.
All right, Lygus. But you can't possibly think that I'm just asking for a name, can you?
Regrettably, I do not have the authority to share more information.
That is an absolute lie. You have all the authority to do whatever you want here, Lygus.
While not violating the ultimate protocol, I'm able to disclose this piece of information. As you thought, this is the entrance to Amphorius.
You're basically the admin of this place.
Kindly turn back. Amphorius is not a world that you should be involved with. Regardless of what kind of magnificent achievements you have accomplished, this place will not open its doors so easily.
You seem to understand me very well. Then you should know that I have no reason to listen to you.
You would actually be great, a total troll.
Your reaction is...
They should start releasing some bosses as playable characters, but instead of hyping them up and making them really powerful 5 stars, they should just start dropping them down as 4 stars.
Still remains accurate. From you, I'm able to sense...
We'd drop a 4-star version of Lygus, that'd be funny.
For knowledge. But my answer remains unchanged. Madam, it is with the utmost goodwill that I suggest you return to where you came from.
Let's assume for a second that I'm not so well-mannered, and that I insist on uncovering the secrets hidden behind you, Mr. Lygus.
You just do a whole team of 4-star bosses. Oh, that'd be such a troll team to run to. But you know, people would go out of their way to try to zero cycle with them.
Protocol, there are 100
It'd make for great content.
144 logic chains at my disposal.
Do you remember everyone talking about Mr. Rekka being added as a 4-star? Yeah, I have heard that. But like him being added as a 4-star almost feels the same as people leaking that Scroolum's coming every single patch and then he never comes. Which I do think eventually Scroolum will be released as a character.
I'm all ears.
He seems closer now than he's ever been, just because he's involved in this story. But if he does come, I think it will probably be in the next arc, because we know that there's going to be...
That's not a good argument.
Like some erudition...
Second,
and Elation. There's going to be like a cross between the Erudition and the Elation. In the next one, they're dealing with like Elation path stuff, and there's an Elation game mode. So I could kind of see that. Either that, or maybe he'll be added at the end of this story, just because he's involved. But I'm not holding my breath. I think they'll wait for an actual story moment to add Skrullum whenever they finally do. Mr. Rekka, it would be cool to see him. He does have a unique enough design that he looks like he should be a playable character. I think he's probably even lower on priority than Skrullum is. But if he shows up in enough events, I could maybe see him eventually being added as a 4-star.
When I did a scan
He is like a fan favorite now.
The safety protocols on you.
There's still people who can zero cycle and seal it. Yeah, I've seen that. I saw one recently where it took them like over 1,000 tries to do a true zero cycle with Zila against MOC Lygus. Obviously, if you have Eidolons, it's easier. But you have to have like the dumbest build, like practically perfect rolls on your relics. And she's mostly being carried by modern supports. You're not zero cycling with the Sila's classic team.
Your conscience has played a crucial role.
And one of the problems is like she struggles to proc Resurgence now. She did it for the longest time. Like Sela, I would have still considered a top tier character up until HP inflation got so ridiculous that she struggles to proc Resurgence. She'd actually probably still fine in Pure Fiction because Pure Fiction mobs are basically paper mache, even with the HP inflation. But man, outside of that, struggling with this MOC, need to re-gear some people on Feixiao team for Hule. I'm trying to remember who I used for Hule. Oh, well that's because it was only E1 at the time, because I pulled E2 and E3 after I beat it, but I had E1 S1 Saber team for Hule on my main account. On this one, we had Dot team. But again, I've had E2 Kafka since Kafka's first banner, because this account just got obscenely lucky with it. So, that's not even like a good recommendation for people. I'm sure maybe Kafka, Hycelin's Black Swan too, because there's like wind weakness. I don't have Black Swan. My E2 Kafka probably makes up for the fact that I don't have Black Swan. But, like, that's probably a good team if you have it. It might not feel as good, though, if you don't have all of those dot bonuses that Kafka's Eidolons give you. Probably could run Hainan against him, though. I'm sure, like, if you have the damage, because you do have to kill him fast, almost have to ignore break, I would think. Right? Ignore breaking him. Which, but you should be able to just kill him with a Hainan team if you have enough damage. I'll tell you what I'm struggling with is this APOC. Usually APOC's the easy mode. But it's such a shield APOC, right? Like, the mechanics are built so around the characters they want you to use that it's rough if you don't have them. I could probably do it. I kind of noped out on this account particularly when Cocolia just like one-shot one of my people. It's like, okay, I gotta rethink this. I gotta rethink this. But I'm taking a break. There's no rush. I've got plenty of time to kill it. But then I forgot, I've got Firefly on this account. It's easier with Firefly, but I've got Fugue. And Firefly's like really good in APOC just because it's all about breaking. I don't know if she's got it. I don't know if she has the damage to kill her in one break, but you know, I might be able to. But then I'm worried about Pollux because Evernight breaks so slowly. And I know there's another mechanic. If you do the HP mechanic thing, you can get the pop earlier than your actual break. I might be able to. She just doesn't have the damage yet. I need to finish maxing her and RMC out. On my other account, though, it's like, man, if I can handle the Cocolia side, I'm fine, because I'm pretty sure my E3 Saber is going to just kill Pollux like nothing. It's going to hurt because of the whole negative HP mechanic, but you kill it like nothing. And I used Firefly on the front side. I actually do kind of want to try Rappa, because I've got, on my main account, a top 2% Rappa. Like, I'm actually on the Relic score, the 69th Rappa out of all Rappa builds. And I have her, she's E0, but she's S1. So, maybe for stage 4, I'll try Rappa for my main account. Do I think Andrew Ryan would hate the Emperor of Mankind? I have no fucking clue. Why are you asking me this question? I can make some guesses, but I don't know. I don't think about this. You want to ask me power scaling? Sure, I think about this. I don't think about whether this character would hate this other character.
Oh, Styxia's moonlight is so beautiful. And the River of Souls is so quiet.
I tell you, power scaling in his peak, the Emperor of Mankind would just destroy him.
I wonder if Cass is doing
Not even close. That's like nuclear bomb versus coughing baby, but that's like all I can tell you about that.
Will she be able to read it? You're right. We promised Cass that we continue the flame chase journey, so we can't let her worry. Now's not the time to feel down. We gotta pull ourselves together.
Chaos factions. That's base.
By the way, it was Miss Cipher who asked us to come here. But where has she gone? Huh? I don't know. This aura feels so familiar. Let's go check it out together. Be very careful. I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, we're back in Styxia. Where are we, actually? Where's the quest log? Fate Atlas. Okay. Okay. So we've actually moved into the next patch, finally. Been talking so much that I didn't even notice that we moved into the next one. See, Fate Atlas is so handy if you just want to keep track of where you are.
Hey, what's that on the ground? Should we pick it up? Careful, careful. It's a piece of black.
That probably happened when I walked to the edge of the Vortex of Genesis, I think, realistically speaking. Because a lot of times when you start the next patch, they tell you to return to the Vortex of Genesis. I'll be honest, I don't get how anybody hates any one from there.
We both know what this thing can do. Let's try our best to deal with them for now, and we'll slip into the past.
I think hatred of anything in it's a little irrational from at least an outside perspective. If I was in the world, realistically speaking, I'd be humanity first and hate literally everything else. But from an outside perspective, I think a lot of it's really just neat.
It's full of fish, big and delicious.
What?
The flame chase journey stops. Yeah.
I think the neatest part of 40K in general is just the warp. You know, all like the cool stuff that comes out of the warp. Yeah, okay, but you know, Fizz, you're kind of a misanthrope in IRL too, so I don't think that would change if we suddenly dropped you into some other world.
Don't run! I'm the real Cypher.
Yay, the best character in Amphoria showed back up.
Come on, don't be upset. I'm just giving you a kind reminder that Amphorius isn't safe at all. The whole place is full of dangers, including that swordmaster. Make sure you stay on your toes, no matter where you are. Hey, I'm just making it up to you. You'd do the same in my shoes.
So, was that a Flame Reaver disguise? Or a magic trick? It looked so real. Is that the power of the trickery demigod?
There's no disguise. You just believe the lie.
It's not as simple as that. Let me think about how to explain this. For example, what did you think when you realized that piece of cloth came from the Flame Reaver's cloak?
We thought that maybe the Flame Reaver was around here somewhere?
That's right. And then you heard some footsteps. What did you think when that happened?
Well, we thought it must be the Flame Reaver coming this way.
Yep, exactly. I just used some hints and, mental suggestions to help you believe in a lie. Lies are what Zagreus is best at. If everyone believes in a lie, then it becomes reality.
Power to make lies into reality? That's got all my hair standing up.
You think I might be lying? No need. The seamstress
I like how
for a reason.
she rolled that
Someone
puffed
as honest
into a
as you
purr.
couldn't trick me even if you wanted
It really
to.
fits the
So,
character.
there's no harm in telling you. Besides, we still need to team up to go treasure hunting, right? Let's wrap up here. It's time to get going. Oh, was that your teleslate? Aren't you a popular one? But I got to you first, so help me with the treasures, and then I'll send you two to the grove. Live handsomely. You mean spend all this money? That's so not why I hunt for treasures. Don't forget, I'm a demigod too. And there's a line reserved for me in that stupid prophecy as well. You shall walk with greed and die over petty change. But I don't believe in that. As long as I keep collecting treasures, then I won't need to care about petty change.
And as long as I don't hurt other people when I get what I want, I won't be walking with greed. Right? Isn't that simple? So, as long as I keep going down this path, all those predestined prophecies and fates will never catch up to me. That was a long speech. I'm getting thirsty at this rate. The treasures of Styxia aren't gonna float up on their own. Come on, Grey Mystery. Show me what the authority of time can do.
Okie doke.
So, this is the car of the Astral Express you've spoken of. My repository of memories has been enriched with another.
Not that, you know, we actually get to do any treasure hunting with Cypher right now. We just move on over to hear Lygus yap some more.
I'm surprised a council elder like yourself would be willing to journey so far to inspect the Express.
Archimans hold wisdom and knowledge.
The further we get into the Amphorius, the more it just becomes Lygus yapping.
Of your origins, I'm sure more would be intrigued by the Trailblaze. Sadly, discussions.
Have you ever heard of the allegory of the cave?
Remain taboo. It's been quite some time since you first arrived in Akama. Presumably, you've been looking for a way to leave ever since.
I've been actively gathering clues and testing different things. Sadly, the more I find out, the more powerless I feel.
Don't be too hard on yourself, my lord. This puzzle has stumped Amphorius' scholars for centuries. It isn't something you can solve overnight, even someone as gifted as yourself.
In the Grove, I discovered extensive research on the Sky Titan. It appears that many scholars from Amphorius believe the taboo against the world beyond the sky stems from a curse cast by Aquila.
Exactly. Of the 12 Titans of Amphorius, Aquila is known for being the most capricious. The weather itself reflects their mood. Tranquil sunshine, mournful rain. Aquila's breath is a brisk wind, and their cries resound as thunder in a storm.
Additionally, Aquila is one of the 2 Titans whose core flames have yet to be returned.
The sky above affects every citizen. It's clear that Lady Aglaya's decision to confront Aquila at the end of the Flame Chase journey was a carefully considered strategy.
You know what? I think they're going to be talking for a bit.
If returning Aquila's core flame,
if there are any comments that are made during this time, I will read them when I get back. I'm going to spend just a couple minutes taking the bins out to the curb because it is going to be trash day tomorrow. So, just letting you guys know that.
So I understand your concern for your old friends and homeland. I used anti-Catheran technology, or scanning, as you might call it, to assess this car. Assuming my judgment is correct, I might be able to conduct a thorough overhaul of its power systems.
Really? But...
Of course. That's only if you, my lord, permit me to interact with it.
By all means, please, proceed. But be careful. The Express's thrusters are extremely delicate.
You honor me with your trust. I will be very careful.
This is unbelievable. You seem to understand its structure perfectly.
Have you repaired something like this before?
Not exactly, but we antique Ethereans are inherently sensitive to machinery, carefully endowed.
And I'm back. I hope I wasn't gone long at all.
Unique advantage for
I mean, look, these two are still talking.
If you give me some time, I might be able to fully restore this damaged car to its former glory. Then you and your esteemed companion could set off on your return journey sooner.
But isn't the real issue with Aquila?
Hypothetically, Lord Donham, if I could open up a path out of Amphorius that circumvents Aquila's divine punishment, would you consider ceasing your support for the Flame Chase journey?
I don't understand. Does the Council of Elders possess some secret means of counteracting divine punishment?
It's best if you don't delve too deeply into that question, my lord. All you need to know is, I can make it happen.
Maybe this is not a decision by the Council of Elders, but rather his personal wish.
The crucial point is, if you and your companion are unwilling to halt your support for the Chrysos heirs, it could offend certain interests.
He's trying to, like, convince us to leave. I was already suspicious of him before this point.
Forgive me, Lord Lycus, but I must be frank. When visiting Dawn
I think the
Cloud,
part
I
that, like,
reviewed the records
obviously
of many
confirmed
council elders.
that he was not to be trusted was when Herta met him. But then it just gets worse and worse every time you
Only
see him
your
again from this
background
point,
was
like,
nearly
forward.
blank. I'd like to accept your goodwill, but given such a mysterious background and motives, anyone cautious would have doubts.
Your prudence impresses me, just as expected.
Are these people... Is this a trap? Is that why you accompanied me here?
Please don't misunderstand, Lord Donham. As the Theoros, I have no allegiance to their plans, nor am I obliged to...
That's okay, Danny could take all of them.
I'm neutral.
Single-handedly.
Out of respect for you, I hope to offer a peaceful solution to ensure the safety of you and your companion.
One against four, then. Just to confirm, if things turn ugly later, will you help?
I will not. As I said, I remain neutral. Are you asking this because you plan to refuse my offer and continue supporting?
Can't wait to get the free copy of them. Yeah. How many days we got for that? This is still like, what, a couple weeks away?
Lord Lycus. Indeed, we must try to return to our companions. But our companions now also include the flame-chasing Chrysos heirs. The Nameless cannot and will not ignore the fate of
This
our
account's not
companions.
pre-farmed from at all. At all. Since, I was foolish and didn't pre-farm for Evernight. And she snuck up on me and I wanted to, like, actually use her
When
in
I
the
asked
story.
if you'd help,
I could have just converted everything that was pre-farmed for him into Evernight
the
stuff.
ones who need help.
That's my fault. Other account, though, he's built already. I just have to wait for him to come so I can, like, dump everything into him. If we finish, because I still got to do RMC. If we finish RMC within the next week, which we probably won't, I'll probably at least spend the week before he arrives trying to pre-farm for him some. I know that YouTube censored it out. I'm on live chat. I saw it. I did not want to talk about it.
Why do you stand in our way? Why do you want to take the core flames?
I see all the chats, even if they're censored. I have manager privileges on all of my channels for all of my channels. I had already moved past 40K.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I can handle that kind of hit now. But a few months ago, that would have knocked me out. Well, that's why I made sure you were well fed and rested on the road. Thanks for the help. To face Aquila.
Oh, that's right. That's where our next goal is. We have to go to the sky and face Aquila. That's where we're going.
Even so, it's impressive you thought of this.
That
training
sky
method.
fortress is
Battling the
huge.
phantoms of the past in the river of time? It's just like the hyperbolic time sanctum that the bards describe.
The hyperbolic time sanctum from Dragon Ball Z. Except they call it a chamber.
But combat isn't just about
Gotta
strength
love your
and
random
skill.
DB, or I guess Dragon Ball in general. It predates even the Z split in the American
that
media.
guy's weapon, mine
But you
feels
gotta
like
love
swinging
your
a lump of
random
iron.
Dragon Ball references.
I can't tell you how many swords I've gone through since the training began. Don't worry. I've already
But if the
arranged
bards are talking about it, that means that implies that Amphorius has their own version of Dragon
a
Ball.
suitable divine weapon for me. It's
Think about it.
embarrassing to say this.
The bards have an epic that is
In
their
order to help
own
me,
local
he
version,
deliberately
probably
turned down all
flavored
other business.
in some type of like Greek manner of Dragon Ball.
Flame chase journey after all, full of energy.
Thinking about how he's been recently, maybe you're right.
But, Finon, I've been somewhat concerned about you. Lately,
It's like, you can't sneak that past me. This actually opens up a lot of implications. Like, I'm kind of curious about the storytelling and media history of your world.
this question in for a long time. You're getting stronger, but seeds of unrest are also growing in me.
Don't worry. I'm not wielding my sword for revenge. He's been through Nikador's trial and understands. Those who can't walk out of the shadows of their past are ultimately weak. Times have changed. The responsibility I bear is both precious and fragile. I wield my sword for the future of Amphorius. I will not let hatred cloud my judgment again and neglect my duties. Right. I must continue sharpening my skills. Eventually, I'll need to face them on the battlefield. Every time I say something, things get so serious. I don't want to be the person who keeps bringing the mood down.
I actually have a question. I don't know if anybody watching this would know this.
How about we go to the library affiliate?
It's only like 2 watchers that actually play this game right now, if both of them are still in the chat. I know one of you are, because I saw you recently.
To enjoy ourselves
Do you
after
know,
the hard work.
during the trial section,
Today,
after we beat Aquila and finish all this stuff, and Finon does his thing, do we have to use the trial version of Finon, or if we have him, can we use ours? Because I guarantee you, as scuffed as I think my build is, it's still built better than the trial version.
You're into here.
It's still whiles away, like we've got many hours until that. Probably not doing that today. But I'm just wondering if that's, if anybody knows if that's the case or not. What am I doing?
Here we are.
I'm not gonna run all the way there. You think it was ridiculous. I'm not like that.
Maybe over here. I'm out to have some fun. It's free time now, so you should relax too.
You guys see, it's already went active. The Seal Slammers and the Origami Bird, like, upgraded versions are live today. I'm probably not playing those on stream. In fact, I don't really care for the PvP in these games, but there are rewards locked behind it, so I'll probably grind through the bare minimum I need to get all the rewards, and then I'm out. On both accounts.
I wonder what finding and memo reading. Let's take a
You know, the sad part is, I think back in the last Seal Slammers event, I won every single PvP Seal Slammers match that I played while getting the bare minimum. So it wasn't like a lot, but it was still 100% win rate, and I still don't like it.
Month of cultivation, curtain fall.
Didn't have 100% win rate on Origami Bird.
A poor time for fishing.
That one, there's a little more RNG involved. It's a little harder. You can't just completely skill through it.
Fishing in Boreas these days?
And also, oh, match 3 is like the most common game ever, so random people being good at that is not surprising.
Bursting into someone's world like that can really catch them off guard. Well, no more jokes. There's nothing here. I'll go look elsewhere.
Something's odd about Mem. What are they flipping through?
I want this. There we go.
Oh, these cards are so detailed and fine. Ruler, Weaver, Traveler, Healer. But the interpretation for each card is so long. Do I have to memorize them all? Ah! What a coincidence! We meet again. Guess we're fated to be together, huh? But you must be busy, so I won't bother you for now. Hope your day, every day, is joyful.
So suspicious. Not like their usual self.
Oh, you know what's actually really annoying? All of your messages have been appearing on
Peeking isn't polite, my
screen over time, but PlayStation's been messing up. And lately, I'll just be getting like chunks of previous messages that I've already seen pop up on screen all at once for no reason.
There's nothing embarrassing about it.
So you should be able to use your own Finon in the trial. Good. Good. Excellent. Excellent. If that is the case, I will be happy. Because what's the point of pulling the character, right, if you can't use your version?
After all this time we've known each other. That pains me. I've spent a lot of time pondering how Aglaya became such an effective leader. Beyond the intangible qualities like personality and ethics, a major reason is her family wealth. That's the perk of growing up in a big city, isn't it? For those of us in the sticks, luck doesn't come as easily. It's 30% grind, 70% fate. Oops, I talked too much. As a leader, you need both integrity and I mean, integrity and skill.
You sure are persistent. All right. I'm totally helpless against your charm.
What are you guys chatting about? Is this the Amphorius Divination Compendium?
Why are you here too?
Sorry, seeing you two chasing each other around, I suddenly found my book not that appealing anymore. Never thought Mem would be into divination. But it's not exactly a niche hobby, so why all the secrecy?
I wanted to set up a surprise! Master it in secret and give you all a shock. But getting caught halfway through, it's only natural I feel shy. A girl's heart is more delicate than Aquila's ever-changing moods.
A surprise, huh? Someone else used to tell me the same. She was really good at stargazing and divination, especially with cards. Yeah, just like the ones you're looking at.
And you must be pretty familiar with all sorts of divination techniques with a friend like that.
No, I know nothing about it. I've never really believed in using cards or bones to predict the future. If the good omens foretold by divination were true, my hometown, Hydes Elysiae, wouldn't have disappeared. Don't forget, we've got Lady Trina. Every other form of divination is just smoke and mirrors or cleverly rehearsed tricks compared to her flawless prophecies.
To me, divination could be a power that guides our spirits. They always cast a shadow in front of us, clouding our view of the future. That's why people turn to divination. It's just to find a small reason to give them courage to face the unknown. After all, the first chapter of the Divination Compendium discusses the significance of divination. I'm just expanding on that a bit.
Strange. That person I knew used to say similar things. Looking back, whenever she interpreted
One of the things I
a card
really like
for
about
me,
Mem's design,
I couldn't help but feel
in both
uneasy.
like her ears
Even though I
and
never
on her like
believed
the
in
little
the
banner
outcomes.
for her coat and stuff.
Maybe it
In the
was her
purplest
tone.
section, there are stars that even as she moves, stay still
She
like
could
a
paint
background.
A complete fantasy so vividly, it utterly captivated me as a child. Right, I still carry a card she once used. Do you want to see it?
Kind of reminds me of like a better version of the old kind of flash animation gag where you would just have a texture cropped out, and technically the whole texture is seamless. It goes across the whole background, but you can't see it because it only appears on the character's shirt or whatever. And it'll be like a plaid pattern or a tie-dye or a zigzag, and it stays still as the character moves across the screen, so you'll see different parts of the pattern.
The riddle that Orin exposed to us.
Chowder used to do that a lot, but a lot of series did.
Who's there? You are...
Nice cosplay.
These folks are up to no good.
Black clothing. Masks decorated with golden blood. Are they cleaners?
To directly call us by our name, it seems you, Lord Finan, have studied the forgotten history of Amphorius quite thoroughly. Your friend seems quite interested in us. Perhaps you could explain, Lord Finan. It would be the polite thing. We can't let our esteemed guests pass away without understanding.
during the Chrysos War.
I mean, this is a little counterintuitive, though. If you're just gonna kill somebody anyway, why do you take the time to let them understand? Just kill them. It's not gonna make a difference. Not that they can, though. These guys are gonna get their butts handed to them.
Assassination, poisoning, political persecution. They would do anything to achieve their objective.
Well, this historical perspective seems biased, glossing over the Chrysos heirs' abuse of divine powers and their blatant initiation of war in order to defame our predecessors. Could you disclose the name of the author behind this popular legend, Lloyd Finan? I'd hate for the innocent children of Akamar to be tainted by such slanted narratives.
You should have stayed buried in the dust of history. The Citizens' Assembly has once again legitimized the mission of the Chrysos heirs. But as for you, not one citizen would cast their vote for you. Executioners lurking in the shadows.
What does it matter? We've long since stopped expecting to be understood.
Ever try the gacha game Limbus Company? It's been one you've played a ton recently. I actually do. I have Limbus Company on Steam. I haven't touched much of it, though. Like, I think maybe near the end of Kanto 1, so like I'm not really far at all. I've seen more than I've played. I've watched some people play it. I like the characters, I like the story idea, I like the story execution as far as I've seen so far, and I like the art. I just haven't really dove into it.
Keep your cool, partner.
Another thing is, it's the other one. What's
Suggest they have something up their sleeves.
Lobotomy Corp? I've kind of wanted to dive into Lobotomy Corp first, and I just have not gotten around to it.
But watch your language and don't say anything you might regret. My shoulders might be sore and my sword a tad dull, but it's still enough to slice off your tongues.
How's it going, Cinny? This place fits, doesn't it?
But if you have to ask, my favorite character from my experience so far is Don Quixote, so.
Thank you, Lady Treeby. With this, the Twilight Courtyard can be reborn in Akama.
You just beat Kanto 4 yesterday?
You like it here too, little Ika.
Pulled a ton with the Arknights collab and have been super unlucky. I think I've seen all the way up through Kanto 4, maybe? I'm trying to remember, because I've seen quite a bit. I was watching some people play it.
Twilight Courtyard carries the long history of the descendants of the sky, and I'd like it to continue.
I like how dark the game is, like, willing to be at all times.
Right. How does the legend go again?
Even Lady Treeby forgets.
Library of Runia. Yeah, like their stuff all seems really cool. I would like to just get into it.
Now, so we're a bit rusty. Just
But like I've said before, my
remember.
my computer is not doing so hot, and that's how I was playing it.
In the firmament.
I know I could play it on phone. I could totally just play it on my phone, but
With Celiosi, the Day Thunder Knight,
I started on Steam and everything.
Twilight, the divine war between Nikador and Aquila.
Oh, it's just rough to try to play games.
Thereafter, the Skyfolk.
So your favorites are Viroshu, Gregor, and Heathcliff.
And their descendants began
Yeah,
to
Heathcliff's pretty
establish
cool.
themselves on the land.
I probably would like all of them more if I played more.
Descended from Celiosi,
Realistically
the Day Thunder
speaking.
Knight, were welcomed by the scholars under Circes and established the Twilight Courtyard in the Grove. The historical records seem slightly at odds with our memories. But the details from that time have become somewhat hazy to us.
The Sinners and the Dante's Inferno vibes are really, really
More
good
than
in
just
that
words
game.
on a page. It's something you've personally lived through.
the monster design, like the enemies and everything's really good in that game too.
Little Ika loves listening to the stories from the legends. I'm sure you're also
The fact that they'll
imagining
just like
one day
introduce
you'll
people
be
to
as
you and then kill them.
awe-inspiring as the winged beast by
Just like
Celios'
immediately
sky.
later. Or they'll give you just
day
enough
will
time to
come.
get attached to them, but you're like,
I
yeah, you're an
believe
NPC.
it.
You're probably getting killed off.
Growing. Lord Crediros?
Miss Hyacinth. And Lady Treby. Good to see you're doing all right. I heard from the citizens you were nearby and came to check.
Doing alright. What's going on, Crediros?
There's been another violent incident at the market. A shop was smashed and looted. It's the third time this week.
How can this be? I always thought that with Lady Aglaya here, Akama would remain peaceful.
That was true in the past. But these days, forgive my bluntness, her senses may not be as sharp as they once were.
Aggie.
In my opinion, malevolent forces have noticed the slack in the Golden Threads and are now plotting to exploit the opportunity.
The Citizens' Assembly just wrapped up.
I'm hoping the
Why is there
story
still
for Chaos Zero
unrest?
Nightmare becomes that dark. You would hope something that has the
Priceless
word
Pears weren't
nightmare
my only
in
one
the
vote,
name would
Lady
get
Treby.
pretty dark, right?
From my years of experience, a narrow victory often walks hand in hand.
Like it'd be kind of sad if it's like this was a kindergarten play.
Trouble. Miss Hyacinth. Trouble. Clementine. Take a breath. What's going on? Please, something terrible has happened at Marmorial Palace.
What is it, Doctor? Calm yourself and talk us through.
Lady Aglaya. It's Lady Aglaya who's in trouble.
Bum bum bum.
I still remember. This bath that overlooks the entire palace was built by the Council of Elders 900 years ago. Its purpose was to commemorate the first Flame Chase journey and to remember the heroes who made great sacrifices for Amphorius a millennium ago. Rules were set then. No one was allowed to enter, apart from guests invited by the Goldweaver. But, I guess, you're no longer pretending to follow the rules, are you, Lady Kindness?
Aglaya, Aglaya. You ageless witch, hiding behind a divine facade to deceive mortals.
Ageless witch. It almost, she said that in such a way that it almost felt like she wanted to say a different rhyming word instead. You'd be like, Aglaya, you ageless bitch. You could feel the disdain in the way she delivered that line.
Anaxagoras humiliated all of you before the citizens. If you still had any shred of shame, you'd throw yourselves from Dawn Cloud at the curtainfall hour to salvage the last fragments of your dignity.
Demigod, why not gaze into the water's reflection and see the wretched face you wear now? These days you're not only blind, but also deaf. The cleaners were born for this moment. When all orders, rules, and
Is that like
laws
badly
fail to
rendered
restrain you,
kindnesses as an
it's
NPC?
time for the dagger to pass
Like the main characters, obviously they have actual articles of clothing and accessory
If you're in such
modeled
a
and
hurry,
mounted onto their body.
give it a try.
Kindness is just like, yeah, we're just gonna paint it on. It's just gonna be like a
Going
like a
toe-to-toe with
UV
a
texture
demigod?
that goes around the shape that we made for her.
We're not that foolish. The dagger
She's
isn't
a
at
2 UV
your
map.
throat, but
Your gravest accusation is that my humanity is fading. And you claim my concern for mortal joys and sorrows is nothing but a facade. If that accusation holds, what makes you think the lives of these civilians will sway me in the slightest?
Fine. Let's see, who would
I'll
win?
gladly use a few more words.
Sheogorath or
demigod facade of yours.
I forget how you're supposed to pronounce that.
Like I said,
Zenich.
You're not only blind, but deaf too.
Zenich.
Lately, your control over Akuma has weakened.
Ladder.
You failed to notice the thefts we arranged in the market, nor did you catch wind of the meetings happening in the Tromas workshop. Plots are unfolding right under your nose.
I think we're kind of in agreement there. Like, I'm leaning towards that.
Humanity? Fading? Aglaya, why not use your precious golden thread to peer into my thoughts? See if the gift we've so meticulously prepared for you can move that cold demigod heart of yours.
Oh, I pretty much said it right.
In this moment, I only regret not being more ruthless. Because your evil is beyond cure.
You finally figured it out. You have grown dull. I've been holding that image in my mind this whole time to make sure you could see it clearly.
I want you to have this knucklebone talisman, Big Sis. I hope it brings you luck every day and keeps you safe from bullies.
That girl who can't speak or hear. What if she accidentally lost her eyes too? You know better than anyone.
Kindness, you're the evil bitch.
Imagine if 1,000 years ago you, already blind, had also lost your voice and hearing in your youth. Would you still have become the Aglaya you are today?
Probably because destiny's a
Look at
thing.
those broken, pleading eyes.
You don't have a choice.
How disappointing. We overestimated your cunning. If this plan fails, we still have dozens of splendid parting gifts prepared. Demigod, would you like to hear about them?
I thought I could buy some more time. In these 1,000 years, I've witnessed the fall of 10 titans. From my naive arrogance at the beginning to slowly learning how to guide others. Now, it's time to let go. I should be grateful. Grateful that I've reached this moment. To let my departure become a path for others to follow.
Tell you what, Kiana from Honkai Impact 3rd would kill all of them.
If I embrace that prophecy now...
Actually, not even that
and
version.
sink into the warmth
The
of
Gun
these
Girl Z
waters.
version would actually just kill all of them. She's basically like a Lovecraftian outer god.
Will the wandering wind stop to mourn me, Cyphra?
Seamstress! I've come as promised. Look at
Little
this
Cypher!
full of gold and silver treasures. I bet there's stuff here you've never seen. Come on. As we agreed, I want to buy the most valuable clothes you have.
Little thief! You've got some nerve, barging into my shop dressed in those tattered rags. What have you brought? Let me see.
Here, take a look. Only the finest goods. See the sapphire? It's even more blue than Fagusa's eyes.
exquisite luster. I've only seen an ocean's tear of this quality in my mother's treasure.
Okay, so I'm looking at the time too. Obviously, we're in a scene.
You've seen one before.
I'm gonna start planning how we're gonna wrap this stream up.
What a letdown.
I think I have no idea how long we're in a scene. We could be here for another 20 minutes for all I
My
know,
family
right?
estate all burned to ashes long ago.
After
This
we come
workshop
to
is
an
what
actual
I
point
built
where I have
from
agency
scratch.
again, I'm gonna look at the time. We're probably gonna do as I've written, because I think there's probably as I've written that have stacked up that I
Enough with the
haven't been paying
jokes.
attention to.
At least you did get to enjoy those.
As many as I feel comfortable that we can do. Then we'll do
Mind
some
your
polls,
manners,
and that will
Kitty.
be the rest of the stream.
Tell me, Cyphra.
I have no idea how long that will take, though.
And
Like,
how
I'm just
did you acquire
spitballing
these
this,
treasures?
so you guys can know ahead of time.
I won them fair and square in a bet.
But that is how the rest of the stream is going
Do
to be
you
going.
doubt me? Speak up, seamstress. Give me a straight answer. Do you want these or not?
Unless this scene takes too long, then we might not even do any
You're
as I've
clearly
written and
lying
save
to
it for
my
next
face.
stream.
My golden thread doesn't tremble at all.
But we'll use whatever we have on us.
That's because I'm not lying.
We'll end the stream with polls
I've
regardless.
been telling the truth from the start.
Is that so? The scars and the mud stains on your face tell another story.
Oh, come on. Can we just do business without all this chatter? Don't worry. I didn't leave any evidence, so no one will bother you.
How can I trust a word you say when you're so skilled at lying?
Dealing with you rich people is such a pain. Always wasting my time. Fine. If you don't want it, there are plenty of others who do.
Hold on. Your treasure? I'll accept it. But these alone aren't enough to purchase the Gold Weaver's finest clothes. That said, I do have something that would suit you perfectly.
Oh. What do you have in mind?
Look. Come a bit closer.
Oh, it's shimmering gold. Absolutely stunning.
These golden boots are the Gold Weaver's greatest treasures. Though not as valuable as the most precious gowns, they hold a magical power. Legend has it.
Yeah, don't try
that
running in those,
Zachary has
though.
blessed these boots, allowing anyone who wears them to move swiftly and silently. Put them on, Cyphra. Then don't get caught again. A face as lovely as yours deserves better protection.
You rich folks just love sticking your noses in everything, don't you? Well, I'm taking these now, so don't get any second thoughts.
What's wrong?
Yeah, I don't know if I can answer that question for you. I'm also just not really interested in answering that question either. Even if I knew.
Well, I suppose you'll have to grow into them.
Do you have to interrupt me in the middle of my story? Fake? What's fake?
Those boots definitely don't hold Zagreus' divine power! You're Amphorius' most cunning liar, and even you were fooled by a Glyad! Watch your mouth, or I'll feed you to the fish in the River of Souls.
Weren't you curious how I got tangled up with that seamstress?
Well, now you know. Satisfied? I didn't expect such a simple story. How disappointing. But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaya wasn't trying to trick you?
You're defending her.
No. I just think the story's so moving, it'd be a shame to ruin it with a lie. If I could cry, I'd be in tears right now.
Good thing you've still got a sharp tongue, or you'd have been stuck guarding someone's front door ages ago. Enough chit-chat. Let's take a look at this place. The city of Styxia. Look how beautiful she is! Let me take a good sniff of this air. This air, it's filled with the scent of treasure everywhere. Wonderful! Just wonderful. Thanks to Castorus and Grey Mystery, the ancient city's barrier was finally dispelled. Now that I think about it, helping them was well worth it. Time for treasure hunting, Barto! Lead the way, and whatever we find, we'll split 80-20.
Well, I have a suggestion. How about 70-30 instead?
Listen closely. Do you hear that? The gnawfish in the River of Souls are growling with hunger.
80-20 it is! How generous you are, Boss Lady Cypher!
Anyway, what's with all this water? It's damp, cold, and miserable here. I hate it.
Ooh, the mighty demigod of trickery! Uneasy around water?
You wouldn't understand! The people of Dolos are talented in many ways. Just, not in swimming. Why don't we have a race? Long distance, sprint, or laps? Take your pick!
What's got you so worked up? Relax. Who would have thought the fearless Lady Cypher was afraid of water?
Cats hate getting wet. What's so hard to understand about that? Now, hurry up and figure out a way across, or I might have to reconsider our split.
Don't rush me! Let me take a look around! Got it! Let's use that thing! Come on! Follow me, Boss Lady!
Not a good imitation. I'll play along. Let's see where this goes, Bartolos.
Tell me, how did you hunt for treasure when I wasn't around, Boss Lady?
Trying to trick me into saying something. Not a chance.
You're as sharp as ever.
I'll do my best to act like an adult.
When we get back, let's not leave March 7th out of the loop.